Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors. And Jonesy, as we are getting set to go to air, big game between Duke and North Carolina going on. Cooper Flagg not playing in this game. And, oh, by the way, it's the Jazz and the Raptors and the SAG for Flag and the capture the flag and Ace Bailey and everything else. And, well, yeah, he gets hurt and maybe he ends up going back to Duke. Who knows?
Maybe.
Although we will see a different Utah team tonight after the NBA slapped them with $100,000 for, I mean, how can Lauri Markkanen and John Collins be off on rest days?
Yeah.
After you've had 2 days off.
Yes.
And your team sits at, they barely have more wins than the fans' rec team. Like, there's something going on here. So good for the NBA. And all of a sudden, after getting slapped with the fine, there's a whole bunch of guys suddenly available for Utah tonight. So let's see how it goes. You might get what looks more like a standard NBA game with both teams trotting out guys and actually going after it and trying to win, not just be competitive.
So it's the Raptors and Jazz again tipping off in about 10 minutes' time. It's the first of 4 on the road for the Raptors as they enter the final month of the season, essentially. We're talking about, March 14th today, and the season will be ending around the 14th, 15th for most teams in the NBA. And when we look down at the standings right now for the Toronto Raptors in the Eastern Conference playoff picture, Jonesy, it's interesting to see, they've been climbing, and I know some people don't necessarily want that. They are now officially 5 back going into the game tonight. So it's unlikely, but not impossible. That said, they have leapfrogged a couple of teams in the East as they now sit 11th. They are a game up on Brooklyn down in 13, and they are a half game up on Philadelphia in the 12 spot. And that's kind of the interesting angle, I suppose, to all of this as well, is when we discuss the draft, there are those that believe, and it's hard to argue, that you either want to be at the very bottom or at least the bottom 2 or 3. You don't want to be stuck where you're not playing, but now you're in the 7th or 8th spot and not in the 1 or 2 spot. And I'm talking about from the bottom, not top seeds in the conference. You know
right, and that's seemingly because of injuries and circumstances what has happened to the Chicago Bulls. I mean, they are destined to be in the play-in for the 3rd straight year. They haven't really gotten any better. They haven't really gotten any worse. The injuries, I mean, Lonzo Ball was supposed to be the key to that whole thing, and he's just barely back playing now. So I get it. I get where teams are coming from, but I think the NBA has to re-examine the whole lottery system around how you get the first pick. You shouldn't be able to lose your way into a first pick, although there's no guarantee, as we say all the time. Ask the Detroit Pistons, worst record 3 years in a row, and got only one number 1 pick, and 2 of those years dropped as far as you could from number 1 potentially to number 5. I'd like to see the NBA do something about the blatant, disregard for winning that we seem to see at this time of the year. Like I said, I like the system that the women have going in the PWHL. Something like that would work. If you're unfamiliar, look at it. Once you're eliminated, you get a point for every loss. And somebody said, well, that would incentivize people to lose earlier. Well, at some point, if you want that number 1 pick, you got to win. Like, you've got to get some points. So, listen, I think the game overall is in a good spot. I'd like to see something done about that. And, I just kind of made a joke about it. But what if Cooper Flagg does decide to stay? What if Duke gets to the Final Four and they lose in the final game, or they get beat on the Final Four Saturday and he says, no, I want to come back and finish this? Possible, maybe not probable with all the money he's going to get and starting his NBA clock earlier to get more money earlier in his career before he gets on. But you just never know. It'll be interesting to see what the matchup is like tonight between Toronto and Utah.
Want to hear my other conspiracy theory that maybe I shouldn't say on the air, but now I've brought it up, so I have to say it?
All right.
You know that I believe, maybe I'm wrong, that they're the only ones, but I think they are the only team that you have to pay to watch Utah Jazz basketball games on television.
Because of
it's
their carriers.
Completely subscription-based, 100%. I wonder who might help drive subscription purchases, let alone renewals and prices and everything else.
I wonder.
I wonder. Anyways, I digress. Let's step aside for the break. We'll come back with the keys to victory, the starting lineups, and the tip-off of the Jazz and Raptors on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank. This is how we fan Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors, right here on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Craving something fresh, fast, and full of flavor? At Barburrito, you can create millions of delicious combinations to match your mood. Build your perfect burrito, bowl, quesadilla, or taco, bursting with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Whether you love it spicy, packed with veggies, or loaded with all the classics, there's a flavor for everyone. Barburrito is proudly Canadian, serving communities coast to coast, right in your neighborhood. Order today in store or on the Barburrito Canada app.
Barburrito, food for every mood.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
For over 35 years, Home Turf Lawn Care has been making lawns lusher and greener and homeowners' lives easier. Sign up with Home Turf and spend more time enjoying your yard. It's easy. Visit hometurf.ca and get an instant customized quote. Or complete the form and a lawn care specialist will get back to you promptly. For award-winning, hassle-free lawn care, visit hometurf.ca. We look forward to creating the lawn of your dreams.
At Newboro, we develop unique plans so people can unlock the equity in their home. Unique like this one. It's called the Aaron and Catherine Plan. Aaron was in the middle of selling his small business and wanted to pay off some debt. Truth is, big banks are not too keen on small business. So we developed a plan that was the perfect fit. Because as we see it, you're anything but small. Reach out today. We'll work side by side to unlock the equity in your home.
Use your home to get a loan with Newboro.
License 13115.
Rogers Xfinity Internet is ready for everything, so you can search and stream and shop and study and share and play and post and work and watch and game and work out and download and... Wow, that's a lot. And now you can save a lot, too, at the Rogers Spring Event. Visit in-store or Rogers.com and save up to $20 a month on a 24-month term on Canada's most reliable internet. Get Rogers Xfinity Internet and be ready to do more everything.
When you sit on your Aeroplan points, it's like you're sitting on your next trip, like a sunny getaway by the sea. But instead, you're sitting on your Aeroplan points. So the only sea you get to sit in is a sea of traffic. Use your points and go from smelling your Ocean Breeze air freshener to smelling the ocean breeze. So stop sitting on your next trip and start enjoying your Aeroplan points.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Down to the tip-off between the Raptors and Jazz. It's now time for the keys to victory, brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealers. Up your game in the new 2025 CR-V Sport. Jonesy, keys to victory.
Well, we had basically the same ones last week. When you look at the turnovers, Eric, Utah 30th in the NBA. Almost 18 turnovers a game, and they lived up to that in the last game against Toronto that they lost. Toronto needs to take advantage of that. The Raptors, not much better. They're 25th in turnovers at 16 a game, but if you are able to hang on to the ball, create turnovers, then you can do what you do. And if you're Toronto, that means fast break basketball. And Toronto is 4th in the NBA in fast break points per game. The Jazz, even if they get the Raptor turnovers, they're not really looking to run. They're 22nd in the NBA in fast break points. So turnovers will contribute to scoring, I think, especially if you're the Raptors. The other thing is rebounding. Utah is a really, really good rebounding team, third in the NBA, over 46 a game, and they are one of the best offensive rebounding team. In fact, they are tied with Toronto. Both of them tied for 6th in the NBA with 12.4 offensive rebounds per game. So let's keep an eye on the rebounding, who wins it, and the advantage on the offensive glass where both teams are strong.
We are just about set to go in Utah. The Jazz taking to the floor in one of their City Edition jerseys, the black trimmed with a little bit of purple and a little bit of blue. The Raptors in their red with the black chevron with the red and white lettering. Starting lineups: Emmanuel Quickley, Jamison Battle, R.J. Barrett, Scotty Barnes, and Colin Castleton for the Raptors. And for Utah, it's Isaiah Collier, Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, Cody Williams, and Kyle Filipowski. It'll be Markkanen and Castleton to jump it up, and we are set to go. I'm kind of digging these third jerseys for the Jazz, the black with the purple and blue. Now we are underway. The Raptors control the opening tip. Quickly will bring it up across center. Hands it off to Scotty Barnes. Now to R.J. Barrett straight away above the arc, inside the arc at the near elbow. Back up top to Battle, open for a three. Jamison Battle left it short. Tracked down far sideline by Castleton, but he couldn't save it as he was jumping out of bounds. It's Utah ball.
Good look by Battle. You know, Eric, it's not talked about as much in Denver as it is at Utah, but you're at altitude there.
Yep.
And it hits you, especially if you're a team that gets up and down like Toronto does.
16 seconds into the ball game. Utah inbounds it. They will bring it up across center. It's Collier with it for the Jazz. Wearing that white 13 on the back of that black jersey. Over to Sexton, back to Collier. Far wing. Well above the arc, guarded by Quickly. Markkanen comes over to set a screen. Collier goes around it. Keeps the ball in his hands, then fires quickly back over to Markkanen. 3-ball on the far wing is good, and Utah strikes first.
Raptors had a flying switch, kind of a moving switch there. Scotty Barnes just a hair late getting out to Markkanen.
Castleton gives it up to Barnes. On the far side, puts it on the floor, drives into the paint. Left-hand scoop too strong, and it's all Utah on the glass. They bring it up across center. It's Filipowski. Rim run straight to the tin. He's blocked by Barnes, picked up by Quickly, fires ahead to R.J. Barrett. Down low to Castleton, who got under the tin. Takes on two defenders and floats one up and in. Nice hands and patience by Colin Castleton.
Yeah, really good job heading to the front of the rim. And a nice job by Barrett to find him.
So the Raptors on the board now, trailing 3-2. We're a minute 20 into the ball game. Here's Markkanen near side. Went left, turns right, throws it way too strong off glass. Good job by Barnes to get big. Quickly, pull up, triple, near side, no good. Rebound to the Jazz. Williams has it. Over to Collier, far side. Collier tried to cross over Castleton, got into the lane, hands it off on the perimeter to Williams, to Sexton, to Filipowski, to the tin, fouled, and he's going to go to the free throw line. It'll be 2 for Filipowski.
You got to close out on Filipowski and make him shoot it. Don't run crazy at him and give him a chance to drive the closeout being out of control.
$10:19 to go, opening quarter. Utah, 1 of 3 to start the game. The Raptors, 1 of 4. Jazz leading by 1. It's 3-2. The foul comes in against Colin Castleton. Kyle Filipowski steps to the stripe. The rookie out of Duke, who we were just chatting about a couple of moments ago. The Blue Devils beating the Tar Heels in the last 5-10 minutes. A 3-point victory. UNC had a chance to potentially snag the lead or at least tie it, maybe send it to overtime. And a missed free throw and a lane violation gave the ball to Duke. And the Dukies added 2 late free throws and got a 3-point win. That's in a game where they were led by 20+ at one point.
Yeah, and you can count on games now to be close at the end, even when there's a big lead.
Filipowski goes 1 of 2 at the stripe. Utah leading 4-2 now, as Quickly has it on the near side. Tried to take Filipowski off the bounce, lost the handle, got it back. Ball goes into the far corner to Barnes. Back to Quickly, lobs one up to Castleton, who comes down with it, kicks it back out on the perimeter. Scotty Barnes' 3 is good, and the Raptors rip the cords on a 5-4 lead.
That was a nice move by Quickly. The lack of chemistry with Castleton did not allow him to go up for the dunk, but came down under control and made the right play.
Sexton trying to drive. We're going to get a reach, I believe, on Battle, unless there was a foul away from the ball.
I think they get RJ.
They did get RJ away from the ball.
He was fighting a down screen they were setting for Markkanen. I thought Markkanen actually stepped out of bounds, or the screen might have been set out of bounds as I was watching away from the ball.
Raptors leading by 1. 9:35 to go here, opening quarter. Sexton has it out on the far side, covered by Battle. Battle stays with him as Sexton tries to get shifty into the lane, then fires cross-court to Collier. Back up top to Markkanen. Squeezes off the triple as the shot clock is expiring, and he misses it. And Barnes with the rebound. He brings it up across center himself, driving into the paint. Turns, hands off to Castleton, who went left, spins right, turns, and fires a pretty nifty right-hand hook.
Nice job by Castleton, under control. Scotty with a good find.
7-4, Raptors now leading by 3 on a mini 5-0 run. Sexton fouled in the lane with 9:07 to go here in the opening frame. They're going to get that foul on Battle. That will be his first. Raptors already with 3 fouls here in less than 3 minutes. As Colin Sexton now goes to the free throw line. First free throw left short off the front of the rim. Raptors still leading 7-4. Second free throw is good. Raptor lead is cut to 2 at 7-5 with 9:05 to go here in the opening frame. Thanks for tuning in on a Friday night to the Sportsnet Radio Network. Raptors trying to take one in Utah, where the Jazz have lost a lot this season. 8-24 at home this season, the Utah Jazz. Not quite the home court advantage they've been used to so many years in the past.
I know, it's a tough building to play in.
Raptors come up empty on a 12-footer, no good from Scotty Barnes, and Utah comes down the floor, gets a triple from Markkanen, his second of the game, and the Jazz now lead by 1, 8-7.
Really got to be aware of Markkanen. He is always firing those threes.
Castleton just got called for a travel down low. He elevated, was met by the shot blocker, the presence down low of the Utah Jazz, and he kind of tried to bounce the ball down on the floor and come back with it, and they call him for the travel.
I think he was going to pass into the far corner, or the near corner, and the lane suddenly got swallowed up.
8-7, Utah leading. Open 3-ball far wing, no good. That was Filipowski who missed that one. And the Raptors grab the rebound, come back across center. It's quickly to a cutting Scotty Barnes. He was contested by Filipowski, missed the dunk. Scotty thought he got hit. He's calling for the foul. He didn't get it. Jazz come back the other way, 5-on-4, and get a triple far corner. That was Williams that knocked it down, and the Jazz have jumped out to an 11-7 lead.
Well, they get it in quickly. Literally, Emmanuel quickly inbounding with a long, probably 3/4 of the court hook pass, and Scotty got fouled, and we just got to look at the replay. Filipowski got him on the first one as well.
He hammered him right across the forearm. It was obvious. I don't know how 3 officials don't see that. Barnes goes to the free throw line and misses the first one. Scotty's sporting a bit of a new hairdo here. Got the middle part. He drops down the second free throw. It's 11-8. Raptors did have a brief 3-point lead at 7-4. Utah since then on a 7-1 run. Triple straight away. Markkanen no good. And the Raptors snag the rebound as Battle hands it off to Scotty Barnes, who brings it across center toward the near sideline. Now driving over toward the far side. Stops on a dime. Steps into a triple, missed it. Quickly flies in to grab the rebound. Whips a pass to Castleton in the heart of the lane, who drops down the short jumper from 10 feet, and the Raptors have cut it to 1.
Well, Castleton, 6 points on 3 of 3.
Markkanen sideline, near side. Triple is clean. Raptors slow to close out.
Markkanen has taken 6 shots, 5 of them from behind the arc. Welcome to the NBA, where your 7-foot, 240-pound big man is allergic to the paint.
And he's got 9 points to lead the way for the Jazz right now, as Utah is on top of Toronto 14-10 with 7:23 to go in the opening frame on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win, just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
I need a pre-spring pick-me-up.
Ooh, like what?
Well, Alta Infinity has a March spring offer like the new 2025 QX60 Pure. I can lease it for 36 months for $310 semi-monthly. Or the all-new 2025 QX80 Sensory at $665 semi-monthly. I have to visit Alta Infinity for details, but this puts a spring in my step.
You had me a new Infinity.
Alta Infinity. Excellence in motion. 5585 Highway 7 West, east of the 427.
Part of the Zankin Auto Group.
You deserve a great lunch. That's why Boston Pizza now offers a $15 lunch menu, including a main, side, and a drink served in just 20 minutes. Boston Pizza's $15 lunch menu. Because a fast lunch doesn't have to mean fast food.
Save at Loblaws with Stamp and Save Days. Up to 15% off a single purchase. Get one stamp for every $20 spent. Collect stamps March 6 to 26 to save. Only at Loblaws. Conditions apply. See in-store signage for details.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back, Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. First quarter action. Raptors trailing 14-10, 7:23 to go in the opening frame as the Raptors had an early lead at 7-4. Utah has gone on a bit of a run since. Jazz shooting just 44%. Raptors at 40%. They are 4 of 10 from the floor. This is the first game on the road trip for the Raptors as they start in Utah and then go on to Portland, Phoenix, and Golden State / San Francisco a week from tonight. Well, a little less than a week, next Thursday, before they finally come back home for just one game and then hit the road for 2 more. So 6 of the next 7 games on the road for the Raptors between now and March 26th. They will be home only one day in 2 weeks. Raptors with the ball out of the timeout on the near side. Little up fake from Quickly. Markkanen wasn't biting. So he turns and fires to Shed, who gets into the lane. His floater no good, and the Jazz snag the rebound. But unfortunately, if you're a Utah fan, the ball is going back to Toronto as Cody Williams stepped on the baseline as he was trying to save that rebound. So it gives the ball to Toronto. And they actually say that the Jazz, unless they change things here, the Jazz had established possession before Williams touched the baseline. So they're giving the Raptors a fresh full 24. Shed inbounding, and it hasn't changed. So they're staying with the 24. Quickly, near corner, jumper, no good. Markkanen with the rebound.
Little drift by Quickly towards the baseline on that one. Didn't really get the legs under him, fire the hips up, and go straight up.
Weaving through traffic, but missing on the scoop. The shot no good. And back the other way come the Raptors. And missing badly was R.J. Barrett. And it gives the ball right back to the Utah Jazz. That was Collier who missed on the other end. The Raptors couldn't take advantage of his miscue after R.J. came up pretty funky from distance on his first shot attempt of the game. Raptors still down 4, 6:35 to go here, opening frame. Markkanen bobbling the ball on the perimeter, and it ends up being taken away by Shed. Ahead to Barrett, cross court, far sideline. To Battle, to the trailer quickly, whips it in the near corner to Barrett, puts it on the floor, drives right by Markkanen, goes up and under the tin to lay it in.
Really nice move by Barrett. Not taking the 3, turning it down, and as he does, getting downhill.
14-12, the Utah lead is cut to 2 as we approach the midway point of this quarter. Collier to Filipowski, right down Main Street, and a bit of a breakdown there, Jonesy. Nobody stepped up to take the big man.
Yeah.
Raptors again trailing by 4. This match is Utah's largest lead. Quickly in the paint, weaves through the painted area, brings it back out toward the perimeter. Now turns the corner again, drives down Main Street, scoops it up under the arm of Filipowski and gets the bucket to go.
That's a great move. IQ using his speed and his quickness advantage to get to the basket.
Filipowski trying to drive again, this time against Orlando Robinson. Missed the initial shot, stayed with it, and tipped his own miss. Back in the tin, Jazz again lead by 4. Quickly to Barrett. Barrett inside the arc, bounces a pass to a cutting Robinson. Denied at the tin, but they're going to call a foul on Filipowski, and Orlando Robinson is going to head to the stripe for 2.
Smart pass by Barrett. Great bounce pass. And that's one that, depending on what you feel like with Robinson's jumping ability, you can lob that one up to the rim, but they are going to get a couple of free throws.
Barrett, battle, quickly shed Robinson on the floor for the Raptors. Markkanen, Williams, Filipowski, Collier, and Clarkson for Utah as Orlando Robinson misses the first free throw. The Raptors just 1 of 3 as a team to start the game. From the floor, they're 6 of 15. And again, they trail by 4. 18-14 is the score. 5:21 to go in the frame. A bunch of changes now for the Raptors, so I'll give you the lineup again for Toronto. Battle, Shed, Robinson, Lawson, and now Garrett Temple. Jazz making a few changes as well. It's Markkanen, Collier, Clarkson, Sensabaugh, and Martin. Clarkson has it right now, driving on the near side, turns and fires back out onto the perimeter. Gave it up to Martin, who gave it to Markkanen, who had his ball stripped and stolen from him, and coming back the other way, it's the Raptors. Lawson to Shed, down low to Robinson, left hand too strong from the left block, and he blows the shot.
Jamal Shed made a great play.
Clarkson, 3-ball far wing is good, and the Jazz open up a 6-point lead, their largest of the game.
Shed made a great play to get the steal. Thought he had made the pass to his teammate for a layup. Didn't take a bad shot on the layup. Got it inside to Robinson, and he smoked a basic drop step for a big guy. I mean, he didn't even catch rim. And those are the ones that, you make the right play, you get it inside, you got to finish those off.
21-15, Jazz leading the Raptors with 4:51 to go in the quarter on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
At Honda, we take pride in building the CR-V Sport here in Allison, Ontario. And with all-wheel drive, plus a suite of Honda sensing technologies, we made sure it can handle Ontario winters. But you're probably wondering, what's with the one-touch power moonroof? Well, Ontario, we hold on to the hope that one day winter will be over. Get ready for spring and adventure with the Honda CR-V Sport. Lease with rates from 1.99% for 36 months, plus get a $1,500 Honda bonus. OAC conditions apply. Made with domestic and imported parts. See HondaOntario.com.
Ugh, traffic. Uncomfortable, am I right? Look, I can't get you home any sooner, but what I can do is make your life more comfortable when you get there. That's because Leon's Comfort Sale is on. Wait for it. Now, get 50% off select sofas and sectionals like the Jessica sofa, only $6.99, or 50% off select mattresses. Plus, get amazing offers on financing. Now, honk the horn. Let them know you have a sale to get to. Leon's. Now that's comfortable. Visit leons.ca today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. First quarter, 4:51 to play. The Jazz leading the Raptors 21-15. Utah up to 50% from the floor. The Raptors 6 of 16, shooting 37%. Toronto getting 6 points thus far from Colin Castleton. He's the leading scorer. And on the other side for the Jazz, Markkanen's got 6. Collier, no, check that. Markkanen has 9. My apologies. Looking at the wrong column. We've got a new box score tonight.
Yeah.
And they've added plus minus, so I'm used to my eyes going to the very last column, which was always points, and now it's plus minus. Markkanen with 9, as you noted earlier. all 9 coming from the perimeter on 3 of 5 from distance.
Plus minus is a very deceiving stat, and I don't put a lot of reliability in it.
Raptors down 6 as Shed has it. Above the arc, over on the near side now to Lawson. Lawson drives into the paint, bumped by Markin, and passes off to Garrett Temple, far side. An air ball. Raptors battle for the rebound. It ends up falling back into the hands of Orlando Robinson, then picked up by Lawson, who's fouled just as the shot clock was about to expire. And A.J. Lawson's going to get 2 free throws.
No, they stayed with it. Give them credit. They stayed with it. Robinson, Lawson, and they're going to be rewarded with a couple of free throws.
Lawson with a career high earlier this week in points, rebounds, minutes, field goals. It was a career night for A.J. Lawson.
Prior to the expiration of the shot clock.
And now the officials are double checking to see if the foul occurred before the expiration of the shot clock. I think it came just before, so I think there should still be free throws coming, but we shall see.
Yeah, I think that's the right call, Eric.
Yeah, with about 0.2 maybe. 4:26 to go in the opening quarter. It'll be a couple of free throws coming for A.J. Lawson. He just checked into the ball game a minute ago, has yet to register anything, a rebound, an assist, a point, or otherwise. But I just told you moments ago about his career high that came earlier in the week. And Jonesy, we've seen career highs and notable performances for a lot of players this week. Most notably A.J. Lawson, but Jared Rhoden as well. Colin Castleton's been performing well. Like, a lot of these dudes have turned in some solid play for the Raptors.
Orlando Robinson with a career high in the last game. And
foul occurs prior to the expiration of the shot clock with 0.2 seconds on the shot clock. Therefore, it'll be 2 shots. Please reset the game clock to 4:27. Thank you.
But guys are, I give them credit, taking advantage of their opportunities. I know it's a time when they're looking at people and the mandate is still on development, but these guys that they're looking at they sure are taking advantage of their opportunities.
Raptors definitely not taking advantage of their opportunities at the free throw line tonight. 2 of 5, just 40% as a team. Second free throw clean. Raptors trail 21-16. Collier across center for the Jazz, comes around a Clarkson screen. Picked up by Shed. Now backs it up well above the arc here on the near side. Bounces a pass over to Clarkson. Clarkson covered by Lawson, goes cross court, far side. 3 ball is up, no good. And the Raptors snag the rebound off the miss from Sensabaugh and come the other way. Open for a 3 of his own. A.J. Lawson, far sideline, left it short. Jazz pick it up, quickly push ahead. Down the floor, great job by the Raptors to get back, knock that ball away from Sensabaugh. Jamal Shed with quick hands. And the Raptors break up that fast break opportunity. Jazz will inbound from the far side.
There's a guy with a defensive mentality. It's a big guy coming at him, and he times it in such a way that he almost makes a steal there. That's great timing as to when to go for the ball, when it's coming off the floor, when it's hit the floor. Those kinds of defensive cues to be aware of.
Markkanen puts it on the floor, trying to drive on Jamison Battle, falling toward the baseline. Battle got a hand in the face and forced Markkanen into a tough shot. Raptors get the rebound. Here comes Orlando Robinson. Oh, nice spin move on the perimeter to get by the guard Collier and straight to the tin. Orlando Robinson looking like a magician out there.
Really nice move by the big fella.
Okay, Big O. 21-18. Raptors have cut it to 3. Driving near side. Nice job by Jamison Battle to stuff Collier.
Wow.
Looked like he had an open layup, and Battle came out of nowhere to snuff it out. Lawson, bounce pass, along the baseline to Shed. Touch pass in the corner to Temple. 3-ball is good, and the Raptors punch back to tie the game at 21.
Again, Jamal Shed facilitating.
And now Sensabaugh loses the handle far sideline. I thought he actually traveled. They didn't call it, and then trying to snag the ball, he fouled the Raptors, Garrett Temple, and the Raptors will get the ball with 2:56 to go and a chance to grab the lead.
I thought a nice play by Garrett Temple on that one. Just being close enough. They put the ball in front of you, take it.
So we're tied at 21, 2:56 to go in the quarter. We've got another timeout on the floor, but apparently we're going to keep it here, Jonesy, as the Raptors have punched back after trailing by 6 to pull even. And how about Garrett Temple? Old man River out there doing his thing, and he's part of the mix. As much as we talk about, Jonesy, the young kids and some of the rookies and whatnot, the less established players that have contributed to the Raptors over the course of this last week, let alone this season, there's the wily vet late in the season, still playing his part, playing his role, and being a leader and a mentor for so many of these guys.
Well, I use the three words, the acronym all the time, the phrase that I was told about 40 years ago. I've read articles with this title, and when you're in the NBA, you are forever on tryout. You're always trying to impress your team, another team, 27 others that might be watching. Who knows how many teams internationally. I mean, Garrett Temple, maybe he doesn't want to hang him up next year. And he's out there doing it. You know, he's not just talking to these young kids when he's getting his opportunity. He's taking advantage of it.
You know, the other interesting thing to keep an eye on is even if he doesn't, well, if he doesn't hang them up, then is he back in Toronto? Is he somewhere else? If he does hang them up, there's a very strong likelihood he's back in Toronto on the coaching staff.
Very possibly. How about the Raptors coming out of the timeout there? Work the ball side to side, 4 around 1. Scotty on the mismatch, laying it in. Should have been an and 1 also.
And it's an 8-0 Raptor run as they have taken a 2-point lead. KJ Martin driving near side, throws it up over the outstretched arm of Orlando Robinson. Missed the shot. Raptors down the floor quickly. Tried to get into the paint. Got the ball kind of caught up on his hip, turned it over, and the Jazz pick it up and come the other way. Here's Clarkson. Clarkson staring down Garrett Temple, drives on the near side. Looked like he was going to scoop, then he floated one up and he missed the shot. Orlando Robinson was there to contest. That might have impacted things for Clarkson. The former 6th man in the NBA. Barnes in the lane to Robinson in close quarters, fouled, and that stops the clock with 2:02 to go in the opening frame.
Orlando Robinson does such a nice job as a big guy, playing like a traditional big. I mean, he sets that screen, he rolls hard right down the lane, draws the defenses in, collapses them as they're worried about him as the roll man. You can pitch it out to people. And he's got decent hands in there.
Nice job getting it done at the stripe, Orlando Robinson. Raptors have opened up a lead.
Yeah, Eric, just saw a graphic there. The Raptors, and we talked about it, how tough the early schedule was with the injuries. 8-39. And since then, they've been 15-12. Mind you, some of it's the opponents, but
down Main Street, driving Emmanuel quickly gets the bucket after Toronto gave up a 3-ball to Sensabaugh on the other end. You're right, Jonesy. And the record could get a lot more inflated in a positive way down the stretch, with the Raptors still having the easiest, mathematically, statistically easiest schedule the rest of the way. Barnes ahead to Quickly. Off the miss from Clarkson. Quickly stops on a dime, floats one up in the lane, then points to the floor. Too small, as Quickly gets it to go from 8 feet, and the Raptors lead by 5.
Yeah, big boy ball by Quickly getting into the lane against Juzang.
3-ball, far wing, Clarkson. He knew immediately that it was going to be no good, and he tried to jump out there and snag his rebound, but he got cut off on the perimeter, and the Raptors gobbled up that rebound easily. Quickly back in the heart of the lane, fouled on a reach from Sensabaugh, I believe. And it's back to the free throw line for the Raptors. It'll be the first appearance for Emmanuel Quickly.
Quickly does such a good job of pushing the ball and getting the ball up the court right with the alignment of Darko's philosophy. Wants the ball over center in 3 seconds, and they're looking to get something before the defense can get set.
From down 6 to up 6, the Raptors now lead 30-24. And Toronto now shooting a hair under 48% as well. They were down around 37 not long ago, so they've certainly been scorching offensively since that last time out. As the run continues for the Raptors, now leading by 7 after the second free throw was good as well. 8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists for Emmanuel Quickley, who's leading the way for Toronto right now. Utah across center with 42 seconds to go in this opening frame. Sexton can't seem to shake free from Shed. Now on a switch, he's picked up by Temple, and Temple got caught lowering that shoulder, and a little bump on the perimeter against Colin Sexton.
Guys coming at you, that cushion that you have is going to be reduced very quickly, but Shed's on-ball defense against Sexton made it really, really difficult, and they had to bring a screen up to get the switch, and that's where Sexton took advantage.
First foul in the last 2 minutes, and as the Jazz got caught on the sideline trying to inbound, a 5-second violation, and turn the ball over, give it to Toronto.
Great job, everybody on the ball. Temple, Shed, Robinson all denying on the inbound. That's good defense.
Quickly across center, got into the lane on a pass-off. He's fouled, but the Jazz already over the limit, so it's going to be 2 more free throws coming for Emmanuel Quickley. Raptors leading 31-24, and they've got a chance to add a couple more right now. Right now, the run for the Raptors is 16-3. Make it 17-3 as Quickley drops down the first free throw. (32-24), Raptors leading by 8. 33.2 seconds to go. Quickly dips, fires, and knocks in the second free throw. Raptors lead by 9. An 18-3 run. Jazz will have to give it up before the end of the quarter. There's about a 9-second differential, so Toronto will touch the ball again. Clarkson out towards center court, had the ball knocked away by Temple. Now on a switch, he's picked up by Robinson. Orlando Robinson on the perimeter against Jordan Clarkson. To a cutting Sexton. Stops, turns right, turns left, fades, fires, and gets the bucket.
Yeah, got the shot off as he bailed out his teammate. I thought Scotty could have got a hand up and challenged that.
Last shot time for the Raptors. Here's Quickley across center. 4 seconds. Pulls up straight away. No good. Rebound to Shed. Gets it back out to Barnes, but Scotty can't squeeze one off before the end of the quarter. And that will end the frame with the Raptors leading by 7.
Pretty good first quarter for Toronto. Take a look at some of the keys. 5 turnovers for Utah. 6 points off those turnovers for Toronto. Raptors with only a couple turnovers, not giving up any points. And in the rebounding, 69 for Toronto.
Raptors with a 7-point lead as we get set to start the second quarter. That will be next on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Jan owns a home and a restaurant fusing French and Mexican cuisine. But she is fusing no more because her ovens have gone kaput. She called Alpine Credits, who sent their speedy superhero. With her business loan approved, her ovens were quickly fixed. The hero even had some of her poutine nachos. Yum! Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
Craving something fresh, fast, and full of flavor? At Barburrito, you can create millions of delicious combinations to match your mood. Build your perfect burrito, bowl, quesadilla, or taco, bursting with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Whether you love it spicy, packed with veggies, or loaded with all the classics, there's a flavor for everyone. Barburrito is proudly Canadian, serving communities coast to coast, right in your neighborhood. Order today in store or on the Barburrito Canada app.
Barburrito, food for every mood.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting set to start the second quarter. 33-26. Raptors leading the Jazz a 7-point advantage right now for Toronto as they step back onto the floor in a pretty solid opening quarter for Emmanuel Quickly. 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists in the ball game. He is the leading scorer on either side, and he's still on the floor to start this second frame. It's Barnes, Castleton, Lawson, Temple, and Quickly. Sexton, Clarkson, Sensabaugh, Martin, and Juzang for the Jazz, who just elevated on the triple, and Juzang came up empty on that one. Raptors with the rebound. First touch of this second frame for the Raptors. Scotty Barnes down Main Street, throws it up, missed the shot, fouled, and it looks like he came down awkwardly either on that right foot or ankle. He's got a little bit of a hitch in his step right now as he steps to the line, kind of stretches out that leg and gets set for his free throws. Chance to put the lead back up to 9. That was Toronto's largest lead late in that first quarter. Again, up 7 right now at 33-26. First of 4 on the road for the Raptors. We'll have Sunday's game for you from Portland as well. 6 o'clock Eastern on Sunday evening. That'll be busy as well with Selection Sunday.
Yeah. Yep.
Certainly in the thick of it right now with March Madness. As Scotty Barnes knocks down the first free throw, misses the second. Raptors having issues at the stripe tonight. They've been there 14 times, already 4 misses. They've been to the stripe 10 more times than the Jazz. 8-point lead for the Raptors as Clarkson gets into the lane, trying to hop step around Garrett Temple. GT stayed with it, but then Clarkson got his own tip and guided it back into the tin. The other way for the Raptors, Scotty Barnes misses on a left-hand scoop, but he guides his own miss back into the tin on a soft little putback jam, and the Raptors again lead by 8.
That second jump, so important for a lot of people.
Sexton, far side, turns, fires below the far elbow, missed the shot. Barnes with the rebound. Scotty has already gobbled up 7 rebounds in this game to go along with his 9 points. He's got the ball in his hand still. Right block, cross court, near sideline. Lawson, 3 ball, up and in. A.J. Lawson, and the Jazz burn a quick timeout.
Really, really nice job.
No, they don't. They're going to stay here. I heard the whistle, but it was just because the ball deflected, Jonesy. No timeout.
They did a really good job there, Barnes did, of collapsing the defense. And Lawson taking up residence in the corner.
39-28. Raptors now leading by 11. And Garrett Temple just knocked the ball away from Clarkson again. The other way comes Quickly. Lobs it up. Look out. And A.J. Lawson couldn't squeeze. That was highlight reel material, but Lawson just couldn't come up with the one-hand grab and put back jam.
Garrett Temple starts all this with great individual defense.
And Utah coming down the floor. A reverse for Juzang is good, plus the foul. And a 3-point opportunity coming for the Jazz as they chop the Raptor lead down to single digits. 39-30 for now. Castleton got caught for the foul, and that will send Juzang to the free throw line. Johnny Juzang, undrafted third-year player out of UCLA. We were chatting about him a little earlier in the week when we were joined by former Raptor Jason Capono on our broadcast. Nice to see JK in town. Jose Calderon we saw as well.
Capono, a UCLA guy.
Yes, sir.
A few UCLA guys, Tracy Murray, Derek Martin.
Norm Powell.
Get some trips through Toronto.
39-31. And Toronto coming up short on that offensive possession. Garrett Temple couldn't knock down the jumper from 20-plus feet. And the Jazz have a chance to chop into the lead a little bit more. Far sideline, wide open. The jump shot, no good. That was Springer that missed that one for the Jazz. Getting his first burn of this ball game, and the Raptors come back the other way with their 8-point lead. Step back, triple, near side, quickly missed that one. Castleton down low, battling 3 Jazz players, grabs the rebound, and then had it wrestled away by Sensabaugh, who was bumped by Castleton on the baseline, and a little excuse me foul going against Colin Castleton.
I was impressed with Castleton doing the grunt work, the dirty work in there to grab the rebound.
He's going to check out of the ball game now as he just picked up his 3rd foul. So Castleton tonight in 8 minutes, a perfect 3 of 3. He's got 6 points, 4 rebounds, but just picked up that 3rd foul and will likely get a long breather here with still 9:33 to go here in the first half. Orlando Robinson off the bench, in for Castleton. R.J. Barrett's going to check back into the ball game as well. We'll clean up the lineups in a moment as Filipowski gets set to inbound for the Jazz. Tosses it to Sensabaugh. It's Markkanen, Filipowski, Sensabaugh, Juzang, and Springer. Markkanen, far side. Up fake, dribbles inside the arc, then fires back to Springer. Went right, came back left, now hands off. Markkanen, 3-ball, near wing, no good. Rebound, secured by Garrett Temple. He's playing well tonight.
Sure is. Veteran.
Far sideline. Shed drove down toward the painted area, came around the 10, then in the heart of the lane, fired back out on the perimeter to Lawson, to Temple, back to Shed, far side. Still lots of time on the shot clock as Shed gives it up to Lawson, near wing, 3-ball, air ball on the baseline. Orlando Robinson tried to save it, but it's going to be out of bounds, off Toronto, and it's Utah ball. Lawson tonight struggling a little bit, off the bench, just 1 of 4 in 6 minutes.
Well, he's not going to slow down. Know that, kid.
Yep.
He's going to take the open shots when they're presented.
39-31, Raptors leading by 8. 8:47 to go here, second quarter. Sensabaugh, far wing, steps into a 3-ball and knocks it down clean. Kind of played with the screen by Markkanen for a moment, then kept it himself and buried the triple. He's off the bench with 6 points on 2 3-balls. Shed trying to answer back, and does, as he rips it from the west side. Raptors again lead by 8.
At this point in the season, the Raptors, with their record is what it is, I just don't see Jamal Shed as a rookie.
I hear you. Juzang just got fouled as he laid one up and in. He was right under the 10, short little bucket for Juzang. And the Raptors pick up the foul, giving the Jazz another 3-point opportunity here as they have cut the Raptor lead to 6 at 42-36. Garrett Temple with the foul. That's going to be his first. Don't check that second. Johnny Juzang dips, fires, makes good on the free throw. The Raptor lead cut to 5. 8:15 to go here, second quarter. Raptors leading 42-37. Shed to Robinson. Over to R.J. Barrett, who's now straight away above the arc. On the near side to Battle. Battle still wearing that face mask with that busted nose. Gives it back to Barrett. Driving in the paint. Stops on a dime. Fires it up. Rim, glass, and in. He got the friendly roll as R.J. Barrett with his second bucket of the ball game.
Nice job by RJ going to his non-dominant hand, heading right and able to square up and get it back.
Jamal Shed gets wiped out in a screen, gets thrown to the floor by Filipowski, and kind of lays on his back, slaps the floor with his hands, then immediately jumps up, clapping his hands. We're going the other way.
That is a direct result of the teaching of Davion Mitchell, right? Refuse to be screened, get over top, and if there is any kind of space between the ball handler and the screener, and you're in that gap, now the screener has to move to get a piece of you. Offensive foul.
Barrett, beautiful bounce pass to Robinson, who missed the dunk. Great execution. Unfortunately, no finish there from Robinson. Raptors leading by 7. Jazz come the other way in the lane. Jackknife pass by Springer out into the near corner. Filipowski to Juzang. Back to Springer. Up and under after the walk that Jonesy called, and he's right. But Utah gets the bucket.
Yeah, there's a shot fake and an extra step in there.
And the Raptors just turned it over on the other end as Jamal Shed unfortunately kind of butterfingered the ball toward the near sideline and coughed it up to the Jazz. It's just the 4th turnover of the game for the Raptors. They have yet to give up any points off those miscues. We'll see if that stays the case right here as Utah brings it across center. Collier has it on the far side, hands it off to Markkanen. Up top to Juzang. Turns around to Filipowski near side inside the arc at the elbow extended. Back out on the perimeter to Springer. Looking up at the shot clock, it's down to 5. Springer tried to drive, and they're going to call Shed on a reach, and I don't know about that.
No, he almost had the ball on the steal. And then I think that was an anticipated call by referee Corbin. I thought Jamal did a really nice job moving his feet, reaching but not being off balance. Sometimes when you reach, you're off balance. He was on balance, had the, we teach kids, the stick hand is the one up in the air to defend the ball. The sweep hand is the one down low, sweeping at the ball when it's on the floor. I thought Jamal did a really nice job with the sweep hand both times, and an anticipated call, I think, by referee Sean Corbin.
It'll be Jazz ball after the timeout with Toronto leading by 5. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Dibs. One of the most powerful words in vacation planning. Next to Sunwing's save more, do more, that is. Why, you ask? Well, while you're asking, I'm booking. First dibs means I just snagged that suite so fancy it makes my Instagram filters feel unnecessary. And since I booked before March 30th, let's just say my savings account and vacation plans are equally gorgeous. That's the thing about First Dibs. Book before March 30th with your local travel advisor or at...
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590. The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Second quarter action. Raptors leading the Jazz 44-39. 6:56 to play.
Our Sportsnet TV broadcast just had a little montage. They went to commercial too, coming back, of Jamal Shedd's bulldog-like defense, especially on the ball. It has been a real factor tonight for the Raptors.
Shed still out there on the floor with Robinson, Lawson, Battle, and Barrett. Markkanen, Williams, Filipowski, Collier, and Springer. And the Raptors just forced a turnover. Barrett ahead to A.J. Lawson behind the defense for a one-hand cram, and the Raptors lead by 7.
Great on-ball defense again by R.J. Barrett that time.
46-39. Collier. Over to Williams, back to Collier. On the near sideline, it's Springer. Puts it on the floor, dribbles behind his back, got away from Lawson and brought it to the tin. Pretty nifty move there from Springer.
It was, and he needed it because of the way the Raptors were playing the D, but give Springer credit.
Toronto by 5. Shed hands off to Barrett. Barrett uses a Robinson screen, driving on the near side, passes back out onto the perimeter, feet set, triple up, no good for Battle off the front of the rim. Nice box out down low by the Jazz. They come away with the rebound.
That's a couple that Battle's had right on line, wide open.
Battle got the start tonight. He's 0 of 2, no points in 11 minutes of action. Markkanen 3 cuts the Raptor lead down to 2 as Lauri Markkanen leads all scorers in the game with 12. 4 of 9 from the floor, with 4 of 7 from distance. Raptors look to answer back. Barrett can't hit the 3. And now the Jazz have a chance to tie or take the lead. Here comes Markkanen driving into the heart of the lane. Missed the layup attempt and can't come up with the rebound. The Raptors have it, and they've got numbers. Oh, beautiful crossover to the tin. R.J. Barrett pushes the Raptor lead to 4.
Really nice job by Barrett. I'm sure they expected him to go to that left hand, and he said, I got something for you, and went from left to right to lay it in.
48-44, Markkanen again in the lane, again denied. And they're going to say it's Raptor ball. I didn't know if maybe a Raptor player got a hand on that, Jonesy. They just contested the shot, and Markkanen, as a result, just threw up a complete scud missile from about 4 feet. Didn't even hit the rim. Just threw it out of bounds. So Toronto has gotten big against Markkanen in the lane on each of the last 2 possessions. And as a result, the Jazz are again down by 4. Barnes, the runner, no good. He thought he got hit. You could hear the scream from our courtside microphones. No call. Here come the Jazz. Down by 4. Collier crossed up Barnes, lost the handle. Loose ball is picked up, though, by Springer. Possession stays alive for the Jazz. Not before Scotty Barnes comes away with it, and he's fouled on a reach. And this time he says, now you blow the whistle? Well, you just broke up a fast break opportunity.
Yeah, and if I'm the Raptors, I'm calling for a transition take foul there. But the Raptors' on-ball defense, you know, Barnes forced almost a turnover against Sensabaugh before, and then staying with it. I don't know what's gotten into the Raptors, but their on-ball defense right now is something else.
48-44. Barrett through the lane, and they're calling an offensive foul on R.J. Barrett using the off arm.
Well, a little hook down below as he was going around him, but it didn't impact the play. It didn't give him any bigger of an advantage.
48-44, Raptors by 4. Blowing the layup was Collier. And as the Jazz battle for the rebound, Springer locks up with Orlando Robinson. We're going to have a jump ball, then certainly a big-time favor right here at Orlando Robinson against the much smaller Springer.
Well, step in, make sure you control the tip.
Springer stands at 6'4". Orlando Robinson at 6'10". They're at the free throw line right now, getting set to jump it up. Suyash Mehta, the official, will throw it up. Sean Corbin, Mitchell Irvin, the other referees tonight, as Mehta gets set to toss it up. And I think we're going to do it again. This is when I wish it was like hockey, where you can throw a guy out of the circle and bring in somebody else.
Well, look for the violation, though. With Utah, obviously, a disadvantage. Call the violation.
You might have just got your wish, Jonesy. Yep, you did.
Like, they got a 6'4" guy jumping against a 6'10" guy. You're not going to get the actual tip. You may control the ball, but everybody's got to at least... Or maybe they got Robinson for tipping the ball before it got to its apex. Like,
I thought they were pointing the other way.
So did I.
They did. They initially pointed the other way. Scotty Barnes was waiting for the ball, and now the officials are saying, no, we pointed the wrong way. It is Utah ball. And Darko's looking for an explanation from Sean Corbin.
That's what the call is. The ball didn't get to its apex, to its zenith, before Robinson tipped it.
Markkanen driving in the paint, turns, fires at the free throw line, and gets the bucket. Pretty solid job there by Lauri Markkanen, as Scotty Barnes was all over him. And the Jazz have cut it to 2, Jonesy, with 4:21 to go in the half.
Well, they're plucky. They're hanging in. And they've looked after some of the stuff that was killing them. They've cut their turnovers in half this quarter and forced Toronto into a few more turnovers than they had in the first quarter as well.
48-46 is the score. Raptors leading by 2 with just over 4:20 to go on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Honda, we take pride in building the CRV Sport here in Allison, Ontario. And with all-wheel drive, plus a suite of Honda sensing technologies, we made sure it can handle Ontario winters. But you're probably wondering, what's with the one-touch power moonroof? Well, Ontario, we hold on to the hope that one day winter will be over. Get ready for spring and adventure with the Honda CRV Sport. Lease with rates from 1.99% for 36 months, plus get a $1,500 Honda bonus. OAC conditions apply. Made with domestic and imported parts. See HondaOntario.com.
Hey, buddy, got lunch plans?
Well, I usually...
Nope. Today you go Mojo Mode at Subway.
Mojo Mode?
Eat bold with Subway's new Mojo sauce on a 6-inch turkey or ham sub for just $4.99.
Okay, but I usually
Forget that. Mojo's smoky, spicy, $4.99. Today's lunch is not the usual.
Hey, I'm already feeling mojo!
Only at Subway. At participating stores. Extras, taxes, and delivery additional. Expires April 13th, 2025.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Second quarter, 4:21 to play. Raptors leading 48-46. The lead was as high as 11 for Toronto. Utah's done a solid job of bouncing back and trying to put themselves back in the mix here. They had a 6-point lead earlier in the ballgame. The Raptors ripped control and have been in control most of this quarter up until the last couple of minutes. But things have certainly turned with the Jazz now on a bit of a run to cut the Raptor lead down to 2. And Jonesy, maybe one of the things we can talk about as the game goes on, we won't have time to really get into the meat of this in the midst of the broadcast, but we are just past, like only a few days past, exactly 5 years ago when we left Utah, the Raptors' final game before COVID hit and the world shut down, and we awaited months before the bubble restart. It was in Utah. That was our last road game that we called officially from a road arena 5 years ago, almost to the day. We are just past that anniversary, and it's wild to think how much has changed in the world in 5 years. And I can't believe it's already been 5 years. It seems like it was maybe 2 years ago.
Time marches on, doesn't wait at all. And it's amazing, as you said, to see how everything has changed.
Orlando Robinson fouled by Cody Williams and heads to the free throw line as Orlando knocks down the first free throw to give the Raptors a little more breathing room, pushing the lead to 3. Manuel quickly is getting set to check back into the ballgame. A.J. Lawson checks out as Robinson steps back up to the stripe. Off the bench with 6 points. Give him 7 as he knocks down the second free throw. Raptors have again gone up by 4. Collier across center for the Jazz, wearing that white 13, calls out the play. Quickly is up on him, and a sloppy reach-in foul right out at center court on Emmanuel Quickly. Not a great look there for Quick. No real need for that one. 3:59 to go here first half. Daniele Franceschi comes up with our halftime show as the Jazz now step to the stripe off that foul from Quickly. His first of the game. Sends Collier to the stripe, and he misses badly on the first free throw. It's been a rough night thus far for Collier. 0 of 3 in 13 minutes. The starting guard does have 5 assists, but 0 points in the ballgame. Awaiting the second free throw as he fires that one up and in. He's finally on the board, and that cuts the Raptor lead to 3. 50-47. Raptors bring it across center, looking for a win here in their first of 4 on the road. And Scotty Barnes with the cross-court pass, a lazy one picked off down the floor. Come the Jazz. Collier over the shoulder pass to Markkanen, who misses on the alley-oop dunk as it clanks off the rim, and the Raptors come the other way. That should have been a surefire 2 for the Jazz. Instead, the Raptors have a chance to build their lead. Quickly trying to shake free from Markkanen, gives it up to Barnes near side, dribbling towards the top of the arc, hands off to Barrett. Behind the back, gets by Markkanen, into the lane, dips the shoulder, scoops the shot, and misses.
Really nice footwork by RJ, just needed the finish.
Up top, Springer has it. Trying to get by Barrett, goes back over, far sideline. Filipowski, 3-ball is good, and we are tied at 50 with 3:06 to go.
Springer walked before the pass. The entire Raptor bench wanted it. And again, these are the things that I think that are just ruining the integrity and tearing at the fabric of the game. They give an advantage. There's no carry called, and they end up with a 3.
Barrett just missed another easy one right down low. Tough break for Barrett on 2 of the last 3 possessions. Missed kind of easy gimme chippies right around the rim. And back the other way come the Jazz with the ball. Tie game at 50 apiece with 2:48 to go here in the second quarter. I think there might have been some liquid or something on the ball. The officials are dealing with that as the Jazz now are going to get set to inbound on the side. Markkanen will do the honors. 14 on the shot clock as he gets it into Filipowski. Up top to Springer, guarded by Battle. Finding Markkanen, turning the corner toward the free throw line, cut off by Robinson. Now backing him out onto the perimeter, sidestep, triple, no good for Markkanen. High for the rebound, R.J. Barrett. Barrett with his first rebound of the game. Does have a couple of assists, a steal, and 6 points. He hands it off to Quickly across center. Spinning away from Collier, cross court to Barnes, cutting to the tin with a 2-hand flush, Scotty Barnes. Raptors go back on top by 2. 2:10 to go here. First half action. Near corner, wide open. Cody Williams for the lead, and it's good. Utah up 1.
Well, the help came from the wrong spot that time.
Barrett to Barnes, same spot, same result. Another two-hand flush. Scotty Barnes with back-to-back dunks. 13 in the ballgame for Scotty. He's Toronto's leading scorer. Markkanen fouled in the lane on a pass-off. But I believe the Raptors already over the limit. We're going to have 2 free throws for Lauri Markkanen with 1:43 to go in the first half.
It's great to see the Raptors spread the floor to give all this room for Scotty on cuts. They basically had 5 guys, if not outside the three-point line, very, very close to it. And that is what gives you great spacing to open up the middle of the lane.
First free throw good for Markkanen. We're tied at 54. Again, 1:43 to go here in the first half. Markkanen, second free throw, up and clean. First game in Toronto last week, we saw Walker Kessler, but we didn't see Lauri Markkanen. Also not in action tonight, or sorry, in action tonight, excuse me, Jordan Clarkson, who didn't play in Toronto. Quickly on the near side, put his head and shoulders down, was looking to drive. He's bumped by Cody Williams, and that's a foul on the shot. Quickly 2 free throws where he's a perfect 4 of 4, and he'll have a chance to regain the lead for the Raptors with 1:29 to go here in the first half.
Good pace to the game. Good up and down game. Very competitive.
Quickly steps to the strike. First one up and in. We are tied at 55. Quickly now up to 11 points in the ballgame with 3 boards, 3 assists. Looking to add to his total right here and give Toronto the lead back. Takes a deep breath, dips, and fires on the second free throw. It's good. Raptors up 56-55. Collier will advance across center for the Jazz. He's got Quickly in front of him. Tried to shake him to the left. Spins to the right. Hands off to Filipowski, cutting to the 10. Looked like a clean block for Robinson, and a late whistle comes in from the official, Mitchell Irvin, blowing the whistle against Robinson. That'll be his second foul, and it sends Kyle Filipowski to the free throw line. Filipowski tonight in the starting lineup in place of Walker Kessler, manning the middle. He's got 8 points, 4 rebounds. This will be attempts 3 and 4 at the line for Filipowski. First free throw good. We're tied again at 56. The Duke rookie this season averaging a little more than 8 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2 assists in just under 20 minutes of action. Second free throw, no good. Perfect. But we've got a whistle.
Perfect time for Filipowski, Eric, to be able to get NBA minutes on a team that really isn't going anywhere. Chance to develop, and somebody I hope will tap him on the shoulder and remind him, hey, when you get good, you might not get all these minutes and all these shots.
We had a lane violation on the Raptors, so we're going to do it again, and that gives Filipowski an opportunity to get a third free throw. Officially, unofficially, he knocks that one down. So the Jazz have indeed grabbed the lead back at 57-56, playing a little seesaw battle here late in the first half. Barrett has it now near side, hands off to Battle. Battle up top to Quickly. Whips the pass into the near corner to Barrett. His pass deflected out of bounds off Williams. Toronto will keep it with 9 on the shot clock. .105 to go here in this first half. Darko Rajakovic calls out the play from the sideline. Barrett inbounding from the near side toward the corner. Gets it on the perimeter to Quickly. Quickly backing out towards center. Robinson sets the screen. Quickly goes through it. Backdoor cut along the baseline. Battle misses the dunk. It was contested, but couldn't come up with the deuce. And then down the floor, Scotty Barnes caught with a bump on Springer on the far sideline. And 2 more free throws coming for the Utah Jazz.
Scotty bellied up and stood there. Springer was off balance trying to make the catch. That's what the problem was. Springer had his back toward the sideline and was trying to turn and bumped into Scotty and lost his balance.
You can hear Scotty Barnes on our courtside microphone yelling, "He traveled," as the first free throw rattles out. Won't go down for Springer. The score stays at 57-56. 53.2 seconds to go in the first half. Springer dips and fires on the second free throw. It's good. Utah leads by 2. Barnes will bring it up for the Raptors. 13 points, 8 rebounds in the first half for Scotty Barnes, adding a couple of assists and a steal as well. He's got Springer on his hip. Now Springer backs out a bit. Scotty on the logo at center. Shot clock's down to 8. Coming up high to set a screen is Quickly. Barnes goes the other way. Still hasn't given up the ball, loses the handle, but it squirts out to Quickly on the perimeter. Whips a pass dangerously into traffic to Robinson. It's picked off by Filipowski. Down the floor, Filipowski turns, dips his shoulder, misses the shot as Battle held his ground. Raptors snag the rebound, and they will hold for the last shot. So the last possession didn't look good for Toronto, but now they've got a chance to close this out and tie or take the lead going into the half. Quickly at center court. Game clock down to 5. Quickly lobs a pass to Barnes. Barnes stops on the dime. Couple of head and shoulder fakes. Elevates for the shot. It went halfway down and popped out. He misses at the buzzer, and the Raptors go into the break trailing by 2.
Well, the lead that they had, Eric, it dissipates, and they've been doing a good job with the other stuff. Turned it over a little bit too much in this quarter, but for the most part, knocking down shots, or Utah's knocking down shots. That's what's keeping them in the game. Toronto's got to do a better job with their offense, just in terms of making shots and getting the right guys the ball in the right spot.
Jazz leading 58-56. Daniele Franceschi coming up with our halftime show. Then we are back for second half action as you're tuned to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
When you sit on your Aeroplan points, it's like you're sitting on your next trip, like a sunny getaway by the sea. But instead, you're sitting on your Aeroplan points. So the only sea you get to sit in is a sea of traffic. Use your points and go from smelling your Ocean Breeze air freshener to smelling the ocean breeze. So stop sitting on your next trip and start enjoying your Aeroplan points.
Did you know that 94% of Hyundai SUVs are still on the road after 10 years? Or that the Hyundai Tucson has best-in-class standard tech and safety features? Or that right now you can take advantage of a special offer on the Hyundai Tucson with finance rates from 3.99% or $90 weekly lease payments at 6.49%. Discover the advantage of owning a Hyundai during the Hyundai Advantage sales event on now. Conditions apply. Visit HyundaiCanada.com or your local dealer for details.
If there's anything we Canadians are proud of, is we support each other. And Access Storage knows this because we're truly Canadian, and your support has made us Canada's leader in storage solutions. Proudly serving our communities for more than 25 years. Thank you. And if you haven't tried us yet and need extra space, try 4 weeks free now. So drop that hockey stick, finish that poutine, throw on that toque, and celebrate the True North Strong End 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca. Shop Canadian, store Canadian.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Halftime in Utah. The Jazz leading the Raptors 58-56 on a Friday night. Hello, everybody, and welcome into our Sportsnet studios here in downtown Toronto. Daniele Franceschi with you. You're listening to our Raptors halftime show brought to you by your Ontario Honda dealers. Up your game in the 2025 CRV Sport. Gosh, I got to tell you, quite the little halftime entertainment in Utah tonight. I don't know how to explain it, but there's some theatrical act happening at center court. And, quite interesting. I really don't even know how to articulate it correctly. But nevertheless, Raptors trailing by 2 after 24 minutes of basketball here tonight. Some nefarious behavior, perhaps, from the Utah Jazz. I do want to start here before we get you up to speed with our halftime box score. But Walker Kessler, you may recall, Walker Kessler had 18 points, 25 rebounds, and 8 blocks last Friday here at Scotiabank Arena against the Raptors. Absolutely dominated Toronto en route to what was a career performance for Walker Kessler. He's dressed, he is active, he is healthy tonight. He has not played a single minute. The Utah Jazz deliberately choosing to just outright sit him, bench him, while not listing him on the injury report. You want to talk about tanking behavior, nefarious behavior? That's it right there. In terms of the halftime box score, where are some positives? Well, Emmanuel Quickley, Scotty Barnes, they're both up. They're both active. They're both playing in this game. And both of those individuals, two members of the Raptors core group, pretty effective in that opening half. Scotty Barnes, 13 points, 8 rebounds, 5 of 12 from the field. Emmanuel Quickley doing his part as well. 12 points, perfect, 6 for 6 from the foul line to go along with 4 rebounds and 3 assists in 16 minutes. Orlando Robinson making an impact off the bench once again, 7 points, 3 rebounds, couple of assists as well. He's logged 16 minutes of action with Colin Castleton, who started the game in a bit of foul trouble. He had 3 fouls in that opening half. 6 points for Colin Castleton to go with 4 rebounds in just 8 minutes of action. As for the Utah Jazz, it's Lauri Markkanen leading the charge. He's got 16 points to go along with 5 rebounds, doing a lot of damage from beyond the arc, 3-point territory, 4 for 8 in that opening half for Lauri Markkanen. And the other man in double figures for Utah is Kyle Filipowski, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 of 7 from the field. As the Jazz, believe it or not, hold a halftime lead for the first time in their last 13 games, albeit a 2-point advantage over the Raptors. Still, it is their first time leading at the half in their last 13 games. Raptors stuck to, looking to pick up their 6th win in their last 7 games. We're going to take a quick timeout, and on the other side, we'll get you up to speed with what's happening around the NBA on this Friday evening, 10 games in the association, and we'll let you know as well what's going on with the Toronto Blue Jays, who wrapped up a spring training Grapefruit League game earlier this evening against the Houston Astros. You're listening to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and sportsnet.ca.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Craving something.
What's up, Raptors fans? Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Please hit that like button down below. Let's help bring more basketball fans here to this amazing community. We're heading into the spring. The Raptors might push for a last number 10, number 9 playoff spot, but we don't know. Hit that like button down below. Let's keep growing this community. It helps bring more basketball fans here to the chat as well. Please share it out. Social media, we're starting to do a lot more stuff on social media. Check us out on TikTok, Twitter, X, Instagram, whatever you got. We're there. I think so. See you back in the chat. Go Raptors, go.
License 12616.
Got PC Optimum points? Claire does, and shops the bonus redemption event at Shoppers Drug Mart to get more free stuff for her points.
If I redeem 50,000 points, I'll get $65 off. That's an extra $15 in value.
Awesome, Claire. The bonus redemption event runs March 14th to 19th, in-store and online. Exclusive to Shoppers Drug Mart. Proudly Canadian owned and operated. Restrictions apply.
Hi, Keith here from Speedy Glass. Are you tired of staring at that crack in your windshield? What are you waiting for? It's time to let our team at Speedy Glass take care of everything for you. Our experts will replace your windshield and recalibrate your front camera during the same appointment. No hassle, no second visit. We'll even submit your insurance claim so you don't have to. It's easy. All you have to do is book your appointment today at speedyglass.ca.
Speedy Glass Repair. Speedy Glass Replace.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back to our Raptors halftime show. Daniele Franceschi with you for just a few more minutes. Eric Smith, Paul Jones getting set to bring you second half action between the Raptors and the Jazz. Utah leading Toronto 58-56 at the half. Before we get you back out to Salt Lake City for second half action, let's take a peek at our out-of-town scoreboard. 10 games on this Friday night across the NBA. 3 currently ongoing, the Raptors, Jazz included. It's currently halftime, or, well, actually, second half just tipped off out in Denver. The Nuggets leading the Lakers early in the third quarter in that one. Nikola Jokic up to 18 points. Austin Reeves already with a double-double. He's got 22 and 10 for the L.A. Lakers. Elsewhere, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they've extended their win streak to 16 straight games. Evan Mobley with a double-double tonight, 22 points, 11 rebounds. Ja Morant exploded, 44 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. Still wasn't enough for the Memphis Grizzlies, who fall to the mighty Cavs, 133-124. And in San Antonio, boy, you want to talk about no defense. The Charlotte Hornets dropped 145 points on the San Antonio Spurs. LaMelo Ball had 27 points and 15 assists. Zero defense being played in that basketball game, ladies and gentlemen. But that's what's going on around the association. As for your Toronto Blue Jays, who are just a week away now from wrapping up their Grapefruit League schedule, they were in action earlier tonight, falling 6-5 to the Houston Astros. Andres Jimenez had a 2-run RBI triple in that ball game. Yariel Rodriguez was on the bump. Things were going swimmingly, and then he allowed a 2-run homer. Finishes the night with 3 2/3 inning pitched, 2 earned runs, 3 hits, 3 walks to go with 4 strikeouts, and of course the home run allowed as well. Eric Smith, Paul Jones, they have second half action coming your way in mere moments as the Raptors look to erase what is a minuscule little 2-point deficit here at the halftime break and perhaps make it 6 wins in their last 7 ball games. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with the call in just a few moments. I will be back after the ball game with our Raptors post-game show. Feel free to jump in and join the conversation on our text line at 590-590. Look forward to connecting with you after the ball game. In the meantime, enjoy the second half. You're listening to Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and sportsnet.ca.
A radio ad right in the middle of your karaoke. Yeah, this is uncomfortable. But you know what's ironic? It's only to tell you about Leon's Comfort Sale. Get 50% off select sofas and sectionals like the Verissimo leather sofa, only $7.99. Or 50% off select mattresses. Plus, get amazing offers on financing. See, I told you I'd make things comfortable again. Okay, let's take it from the top. Duet, Leon's. Now that's comfortable. Visit leons.ca today.
Has your current car seen better days? Uses far more fuel than most new cars today, is out of warranty, and will need common repairs like brakes, tires, and more? Add it all together and you'll have the reason to come to High Park Nissan, Willowdale Nissan, or New Market Nissan and look at our Nissan Rogue or Kicks. The place to be for your Nissan Rogue or Kicks is High Park, Willowdale, or New Market Nissan during Nissan's 60 Years in Canada event.
teenager, shooting some hoops, hanging out in the park. I jumped in the car with the girl by my side, with the black curls and bright blue eyes. We cruised past the court where the Raptors played. The game was tight and the crowd was swayed, but we were on a mission, on the move, gotta roll. For the 95 McFlurry, that's how we stroll. Let's ride. The 95 McFlurry, for a limited time only at participating McDonald's restaurants in Ontario.
Supporting Canadian businesses has never been more important. That's why Canada Post is committed to making it easier to ship Canadian with our best rates ever. Right now, your business will save up to 70% on expedited shipping and returns. Plus, as a Toronto-based business, you can access rates as low as $3.50 for lightweight local packages. It's time to shop Canadian, ship Canadian. Learn more about our best rates at canadapost.ca/shipcanadian.
Great goal! Let's go to Dave at the bench.
Oh, what a shot, Gord. Last time we spoke, you had been really tired. Not anymore.
Yeah, snoring all night. Losing sleep ruins your game.
Problem snoring? Suffer from sleep apnea? Invest in yourself. Call Dr. Paulette Pillersdorf. She'll use her laser to help treat your snoring and oral appliance like a sports mouth guard for your sleep apnea. Your partner will thank you.
Thanks, Gord.
Book your appointment with Dr. Paulette Pillersdorf. Call 647-243-2006.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting set to start the third quarter. Raptors begin the frame down 2, 58-56 is the score. In the first half, Scotty Barnes leading the way with 13 points, 8 rebounds. Emmanuel quickly had 12 on the other side. Lauri Markkanen with 16 to lead all scorers. Utah starts with the ball, and there are so many empty seats, it looks like somebody pulled the fire exit in Utah. They need to get them back in their seats for the start of the second half. My goodness. I can see more empty seats than fans in the first 10 rows. Out on the perimeter. Free ball up, no good for Cody Williams. Raptors snag the rebound and a chance to tie or take the lead on their opening possession of the second half. Quickly out toward the far side. Up top to Barrett, and away from the ball, we got a bump on, I believe, KJ Martin. Martin starting the second half in place of Lauri Markkanen. Haven't been given any word yet as to where Markkanen might be or if he's done for the night or what, but I'm sure he has some sort of phantom ailment that's going to keep him out of the second half of this game.
Well, they won't be fined $100,000 because he's been in the game for 19 out of 24 minutes.
Oh, and Scotty Barnes just got punched in the face by Martin. It was, I believe, inadvertent, as Martin was just kind of trying to sweep through against Scotty, trying to keep Scotty from fighting through a screen. But he literally punched him across the face. So back-to-back fouls on Martin. He's now got 3. We're still only 40 seconds into the second half, and this is still the first touch of the second half for the Raptors. Trailing by 2. Castleton hands off to Barrett. Out on the perimeter to Quickly. Good look at a 3, far side, back rim, no good. Rebound goes to Williams. Hands off to Collier, who started the game without a headband, then put one on, now starts the second half again without a headband. It must be the headband's fault that he's 0 of 3 and scoreless. Into the lane, Sexton, floater up, no good. Rebound to Scotty Barnes. Ahead to Barrett. Barrett driving far side, rifles a pass into Barnes in traffic. It's taken by Martin, and then Scotty reaches hands in there trying to take it back, and we're going to have a jump ball.
Right idea by R.J. Barrett. Martin just happened to be standing in the way, because I thought they did a really nice job of getting the ball to Scotty coming right down Main Street.
58-56. Raptors lose the jump back the other way. Oh, shifty and nifty with the ball into the tin is Collier. First bucket of the game. He's 1 of 4. It extends the lead to 4 for the Jazz at 60-56. Castleton Started the game hot, a little quiet since because he got into early foul trouble. A little floater in the lane on a push shot, no good. R.J. Barrett fouled, and back to the free throw line for the Raptors as R.J. Barrett's going to get his first 2 of the game. Raptors 14 of 18 as a team. Jazz are 10 of 14, so each club missing 4 at the stripe. In fact, the shooting percentage is almost dead even. Raptors at 19 of 46. Jazz at 20 of 47. I'm talking field goals.
The difference is Utah's outscored Toronto by 18 points. 10 makes from behind the arc to 4.
Their lead has been cut to 2. As Barrett went 2 of 2 at the stripe. Sexton up across center for the Jazz. A little more than 90 seconds into the third quarter. Sexton driving on the near side. He's fouled. I believe they're going to call it on the floor, not on the shot. I think. Yep, it's going to be sideline out of bounds for the Jazz. 10:15 to go, third quarter. Raptors still playing without a ton of players in this ball game tonight. Jakob Poeltl sidelined. Chris Boucher has yet to play. Brandon Ingram still out with the injury/illness. The list goes on. Grady Dick, Ochai Agbaji. As Utah gets the deuce. An 8-footer good for Sexton. Toronto back the other way. A soft 2-hand flush for Scotty Barnes. Chops it back down to 2. And the Raptors trail 62-60. Across center, near sideline, Cody Williams for the Jazz. Tried to cross up Castleton, got in lane, turns, fires, misses the one-hand floater. Castleton with the rebound, pushes ahead to Emmanuel quickly across center.
Castleton is gamely moving forward. He got nailed pretty good a couple possessions ago and is limping on that left leg.
Barrett cut off as he was trying to get down to the block, turns, fires, and won't be denied. He gets the bucket and ties the game at 62. And back the other way, quickly come the Jazz, and even quicker is the timeout from Darko Rajakovic. Didn't like what he saw as Collier gives Utah a 64-62 lead.
Ran it right up their backs, Toronto. Didn't get back, but to the baseline and face the ball. Didn't happen.
64-62. Utah leads with 9:18 to go in the third quarter on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Until March 26th, save up to 60% at the Mark's This Is Big event. Save big on your favorite brands with a wide selection of jeans, hoodies, jackets, hiking shoes, and more. This is Big event. On now at Marks and Marks.com.
Craving meaty with a side of cheesy and something satisfying to sip at Tim's? Make a meal of it with Tim's new 3-meat hat trick flatbread pizza, new garlic bread, and a peach lemonade quencher. Try it today at participating restaurants in Canada for a limited time.
It's time for Tim's.
Direct! Hi, this is at Greg Carrasco from Direct Nissan, and are you tired of those overpriced vehicles? Well, I have a car here that will make you look infinitely cooler than you actually are. It's a 2025 Nissan Kicks, non-Nissan Kicks Play, a Nissan Kicks with $29.95 down for only, listen to this, $8 a day. That's right, $8 a day. There is something happening here at directnissan.ca. Direct!
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 64-62. Utah leading the Raptors. 9:18 to go in the third quarter. Raptors will hop on a plane and head to Portland, getting set for the Trailblazers on Sunday evening. You can hear that game right here on Sportsnet 590 The Fan and the Sportsnet Radio Network. The Raptors on the back-to-back on Monday in Phoenix. They close off their road trip next Thursday in San Francisco against the Golden State Warriors.
The surging Golden State Warriors right now. since they've acquired Jimmy Butler.
And entering action tonight, Golden State, the 6th seed in the Western Conference. Minnesota has fallen into the play-in down at 7. Golden State 10 games above 500. The Lakers 16 games above 500 at 40-24. They are the 5th seed. They're in action tonight, and actually just saw a stat pop up that Austin Reeves and Kobe Bryant are now the only 2 Lakers to total 20-plus points and 10-plus assists in a half in the play-by-play era. So apparently Austin Reeves is having a big night for the Lakers as they are in Denver trailing the Nuggets with about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Lakers down 8.
Big win by Minnesota the other day over Denver. The West is wide open. It's wild. I think Oklahoma's the best. OKC's the best regular season team, but we'll see what happens come playoffs when you're staring at a same team for 2 weeks.
Minnesota won again tonight, beating the Orlando Magic by 7. Scotty Barnes drives down Main Street, softly lays one in with 2 hands, ties the game at 64 with 8:27 to go in the third. Utah comes quickly back down the lane. Collier fouled right at the rim, and it's going to be 2 free throws coming for Isaiah Collier. Let's give those other scores around the association as we have a bunch of finals. Boston beats Miami 103-91. Indiana takes care of Philly 112-100. Clippers over the Hawks 121-98. Dallas loses big in Houston 133-96. And another Mavericks injury as Dante Exum goes down.
Oh, man.
Cleveland in Memphis wins 133-124. I just told you about Minnesota beating Orlando. Charlotte scores 145 against the Spurs and beats San Antonio 145-134. And again, late third quarter, LA trailing Denver by 8. And at the half, Phoenix is leading Sacramento by 5. Utah regains the lead by 2 after the free throws from Collier. And the Raptors come back down the floor, quickly missing on a 3-ball. Utah with the rebound, but Toronto takes it away on the miss. And Scotty Barnes fires ahead to Barrett, near sideline to Quickly. 3-ball for the lead is good. Raptors on top, 67-66.
Good push and great use of the hit-ahead pass by Toronto.
And a late whistle comes in on a foul against Toronto as Filipowski got behind the Raptor defense, missed a reverse layup. And Jonesy, that was one of those ones. It was clear as day. The whistle did not blow until the shot was missed. If the shot went down, there was not going to be a whistle blown.
But my question is, if there was contact on the shot, regardless of whether it goes in or not, blow the damn whistle.
100%.
Blow the whistle. This is not soccer. We don't wait to see if there's an advantage and play on.
So Kyle Filipowski goes to the free throw line. 1 will tie it. 2 will give the Jazz the lead. First one up and clean. We're locked at 67. Mentioned that Cavaliers victory, Jonesy. They beat the Memphis Grizzlies 133-124. A 16th straight win for the Cavs. That is a new franchise record.
Again, they, like OKC, they are smoking in this regular season. You can throw it all out the window in about a month. And can you do it looking at the same team 4 times over the course of maybe 12 days to 2 weeks?
Second free throw goes down for Filipowski. 12 points now in the ball game for the youngster who got the start tonight in place of Walker Kessler. Jazz leading by 1. Barrett to Castleton in the lane, went right, came back left, and he's fouled as he elevates. A hard foul there by Filipowski, and Castleton got hit in the chops. He's going to go to the free throw line.
See, if he reacts differently, if he flails his arms and goes to the ground, they want to look at that as a flagrant one. Filipowski, I wouldn't say he didn't make a play on the ball. He made a play on the ball with the intention of getting a foul.
Correct.
And not stopping a basketball attempt. There's a difference. You can make a play on the ball and try to block a shot or contest it, but you can also make a play on the ball with no intention of having a basketball play. And to me, he grabbed him with the other arm. He knew he fouled. As soon as the whistle went, he threw his finger up in the air. Like I said, a different reaction by Castleton, and they're looking at that.
Castleton makes good on both free throws. Raptors grab the 1-point lead, and back the other way, we've got a turnover going against the Jazz.
I'm going to feint. They called an over and back violation.
Oh.
I'm going to feint. Wasn't there an eclipse last night?
There was, yep.
26.
Yep. Were you awake to watch it?
I was.
So was I. I saw the first 5 minutes of it, and then all right, time for bed.
Is this all it is?
I didn't wait for it to turn red. I saw it eclipse and said, okay, time to bed.
I didn't need special glasses or anything either.
Well, neither does Donald Trump. He just stares at it anyway. Triple for the Jazz, 71-69. They go on top by 2. Not that we don't have our own issues in Canada politically. Apparently you can be named prime minister without even being voted in. But I digress. 71-69, Raptors come up empty, still trailing by 2 as Utah comes away with the ball. They fire it ahead. Sexton, pull-up triple straight away, way short on an air ball, cleaned up by Battle. Ahead to Shed. Drops it to Battle, steps into a 3, far wing, and rips the cords. He's finally on the board with his first bucket of the game.
Did a nice job on that one. Shooting it, holding the follow-through.
That puts the Raptors up by 1, 72-71, and then Battle holds his ground against Sexton, who missed the shot, got his own miss back, and missed it again.
Who jumped into Battle to try to get a foul, didn't get it.
Raptors by 1. Here comes Barrett weaving through traffic all the way to the 10 to lay it in. Went through Jazz players like pylons and gave Toronto a 3-point lead. 74-71 as we approach the midway point of the third. Near side driving, Collier, cross-court pass. Sexton catches the pass, bounces it once, sets the feet, had all day to tee it up and still missed the shot. Raptors off the rebound. Barrett to Castleton, touch pass to a cutting Jamison Bata, who lays it in, and out of nowhere the Raptors on a run have pushed their lead to 5.
Really great pass by Castleton, the touch pass, and give Battle credit for running the floor. Raptors using the hit-ahead pass really, really well.
76-71, the Raptors leading with 6:02 to go in the third quarter. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
I need a pre-spring pick-me-up.
Ooh, like what?
Well, Alta Infinity has a March spring offer like the new 2025 QX60 Pure. I can lease it for 36 months for $310 semi-monthly. Or the all-new 2025 QX80 Sensory at $665 semi-monthly. I have to visit Alta Infinity for details, but this puts a spring in my step.
You had me a new Infinity.
Alta Infinity. Excellence in motion. 5585 Highway 7 West, east of the 427.
Part of the Zankin Auto Group.
Rogers Xfinity Internet is ready for everything, so you can search and stream and shop and study and share and play and post and work and watch and game and work out and download and... Wow, that's a lot. And now you can save a lot, too, at the Rogers Spring Event. Visit in-store or Rogers.com and save on Canada's most reliable internet. Get Rogers Xfinity Internet and be ready to do more everything.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back, Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Third quarter, 6:02 to go. Raptors leading 76-71. Toronto doing a better job here in this third quarter on both ends of the floor. As the Raptors up to 46%, Utah has plummeted down to 41% themselves. I still haven't seen any word officially on Lauri Markkanen, but he did not start the second half. Had 16 to lead all scorers in the first half. Didn't appear to be hurt at all, but we have not seen him in the third quarter. Jazz without Markkanen seemingly the rest of the game already, without Walker Kessler not playing in this ball game either. Utah with the ball out of the timeout, seeing if they can break up a 7-0 run by the Raptors. As Utah gets into the lane and promptly, no, they didn't turn it over. Went off a Raptor fingertip, so it's going to stay with the Jazz with 11 on the shot clock. They will inbound on the baseline toward the far corner. They get it into Filipowski. Hands off on the perimeter to Clarkson. Clarkson hasn't played a ton in this ball game, only 10 minutes. And he's fouled. They're going to say on the floor. He thought it was on the shot, but Mitchell Irvin, the official, says nope, it was on the floors before the shot, so it's a sideline out of bounds and a fresh 14 for Utah.
Utah's playing their guys just enough. What was the old line by, was it Rasheed Wallace or Marshawn Lynch about being fined? Who was that?
Give me the line again.
I don't want to get fined.
I believe that was Marshawn, and it wasn't even about playing though. It was post-game locker room,
yes,
like
it was.
Just talking to the media. I'm here so I don't get fined.
Because Rasheed's was both teams played hard.
Yeah.
Both teams played hard.
Well, after Utah inbounded the ball, ultimately Clarkson was fouled, and I believe on a three-point attempt. Nope, they're going to say the toe came over the line, so it's a long deuce. Either way, it's still free throws, and it's 2 for Jordan Clarkson. 6 points off the bench for the Jazz. Hits the first one. Cuts the Raptor lead to 3 at 76-73. 5:31 to go, third quarter. Clarkson dips and fires on the next free throw. It's good as well. The Raptor lead cut to 2. Toward the far sideline, across center court comes Jamal Shed. Hands off to Jamison Battle. Battle now brings it up straight away above the arc, back over to Shed on the wing. Throws a pass inside the arc to Robinson at the elbow extended far side. Up top to Barrett. Barrett now toward the far wing. He's going to work against Sensabaugh. Gets into the paint, dips the shoulder, skips to the 10 and blows the layup. Wow.
What a great move by RJ. Great footwork. Going to the right hand. And couldn't get it down. Man, that was a great move.
76-74. Barrett back in the lineup tonight for the Raptors after missing Wednesday's game, as he and his family were honoring the one-year passing of his brother. Barrett now checks out of the ball game. Garrett Temple comes back in. He's out there with Shed, Robinson, Lawson, and Battle. As Garrett Temple, who just came in, just picked up a foul. And that's going to send the Jazz to the free throw line. It'll be Jordan Clarkson do it again. And he'll have a chance to pull the Jazz within 1. As Toronto currently leads 76-73. Temple trying to tell the officials, that's the second time you've caught me on that. And that's the second time that the offensive player has jumped into me. And we see on the replay from our Sportsnet TV friends that Temple has a case. It looked like Clarkson jumped sideways into Temple to initiate that contact, and maybe the basketball gods were watching as Clarkson misses the first free throw.
I just think some of the officials need to do as much film work as the players in looking for things that players do to deceive them to get calls that aren't warranted.
Cutting to the 10 and a two-hand flush is A.J. Lawson off a nice find from up top from Orlando Robinson.
Robinson, really nice passing as a big guy there. Raptors have the floor spread, and Lawson, little guard around on the cut.
Robinson's third assist in the ballgame. That bucket pushes the Raptor lead up to 4, but back on the other end, another Toronto foul. Another perplexed look from a Raptor player. This time it's A.J. Lawson. And back to the line yet again for Jordan Clarkson. So Clarkson with 8 points in the ballgame will have a chance to get a couple more right now. First one rattles around and goes down. Just double checking on social media for what it's worth. There is still no update on Lauri Markkanen, who is sitting on the Utah Jazz bench, had 16 points and 5 rebounds in the first half. He was the leading scorer in the entire game. There has been no update given regarding his injury status, but he is on the Utah bench and has not yet played in the second half.
Well, I think it's one of those. Like I said, they are doing just enough after being dinged for 100K to say, well, hey, we played the guy 20 minutes.
This is an issue for the NBA, Josie.
We played him almost half the game.
This is an issue.
But if there was an incentive to win to get a draft pick and not lose to get a better chance at a draft pick, you got to flip the script. And like I said, I like that idea. I don't know all of it, all of the details, but the PWHL, the minute you're eliminated from the playoffs, every win after that gets you a point. Most points from the teams that aren't in the playoffs gets the first pick.
Okay, here's the problem with this, though. And okay. I understand what you're saying. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe there's only one team currently that has been officially eliminated from the playoffs.
True.
So we got a month left. There's no chance the Jazz are making the playoffs, but they have not yet officially been eliminated. So if you have to wait all the way until you're eliminated, then are there enough games for it to matter? I'm not disagreeing with your theory. I just wonder if there's another way to do it.
Maybe you put a threshold in. If you don't have so many wins by a certain point, that's when you start accumulating points toward the draft pick. But regardless, you still have to win. If you win, you're marching toward the playoffs. If you don't, and you've got that date in question, you're accumulating points for a draft pick. The bottom line is, whatever it is that you want, you have to win to get it.
I got you. Clarkson made the free throws, and then the Raptors turned the ball over. Martin got a bucket to put Utah up by 2, but then Shed came down the floor and got the deuce right back to tie it at 80, but Collier just floated one up, plus the foul as he knocks down the jumper. Shed picks up the foul, Collier with the 15-footer, and with the and one opportunity, it could be a 3-point Utah lead in mere moments. So much like we saw earlier in the ballgame, it's turned into a back-and-forth affair, a little seesaw battle here late in the third quarter. After Toronto had seemingly taken control, they have allowed the Jazz to get off the mat and back into the ballgame. Utah up by 2. Shed's going to check out of the ballgame now as he just picked up his second foul. And Darko's going to bring in a couple of fresh bodies. We'll clean up the lineups in a moment.
I talked about the turnovers, Eric. Both teams even in turnovers now and turnover points. And not surprisingly, the game is even.
Jazz leading 83-80. Quickly, gave it up to Barnes. Scotty will bring it across center for the Raptors. Juzang's in front of him. Scotty on the logo at center. Temple's trying to set a screen on a switch. Clarkson picks up Barnes, and away from the ball, we've got a foul going against Johnny Juzang.
Juzang was holding him like a rent check, man. Holding him like his last dollar on a Friday at the bar.
I'll tell you, one of the issues, Jonesy, that we also haven't addressed, and I mean, it's a reality. When you talk about situations like this tonight with the Utah Jazz and Lauri Markkanen, this is an issue for the NFL, who has had to be like uber transparent with their injury report and with actual injuries and how they're listing them and days ahead of time, doubtful, questionable, all that type of thing. Sports gambling has become such a factor in today's game and for today's sports fan and sports viewer. How about somebody that had Lauri Markkanen tonight? I don't know what his totals were for points or rebounds or whatever the statistics or betting lines might be. But I don't know, what if the over-under was 16.5 points? What if the over-under was 5.5 rebounds? And he's just sitting and he's not actually hurt?
Yeah, that is a great point, Eric.
Let alone the fact, I don't mean to keep getting this soapbox out, let alone the fact that we have dynamic pricing in most markets around the NBA, including in Toronto. How about somebody that paid full tilt for the game the other night against the Philadelphia 76ers?
At the beginning of the year, thinking Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Paul George.
Yep.
End of the year, maybe playoff implications. And you saw basically a summer league game.
Or even midway through the season, I'm like, okay, the tickets are a little cheaper, but you know what? I'm still going to have a chance to go see R.J. Barrett or Scotty Barnes or Maxey or whoever. And even the dudes that are quote-unquote healthy still don't play. It's a problem, I think, for the league. Raptors have cut it to 1 at 83-82.
And maybe, Eric, that's why they're enforcing the player participation rules. We've seen a lot of teams fined recently.
Well, and we got a note from our producer, J.R. Manitat, earlier tonight that there's apparently an investigation now going on with the league involving the Oklahoma City Thunder for a game back last week on March 7th.
Against Portland, where they rested all 5 starters, knowing that they had Denver at home on the Sunday.
85-82, Utah up 3 after Clarkson gets a bucket. He's had a big third quarter. Clarkson up to 12 points in the ballgame. Quickly thought about a 3-out on the far wing, drives to the tin instead, and lays it in on the finger roll. Raptors down 1. 1:43 to go in the third. That fine that the Jazz got hit with, a week and a half ago was $100,000. We'll see what happens, if anything, to OKC. Utah empty on the other end. They couldn't come up with the bucket. Raptors snagged the rebound off the Sensabaugh miss, and they get a triple from the far wing from A.J. Lawson to punch back. Toronto goes up 2.
You don't think this kid's making a case? I mean, he was with Dallas last year, and you don't think this kid's making a case for an NBA spot somewhere?
87-85. Clarkson in the lane, gobbled up by 3 Raptor defenders, but he gets the loose ball, keeps it alive for Utah. Down to 6 on the shot clock in the lane. Sexton scoops it up and in. Lawson looked like he was holding his ground. He wanted the charge. Instead, they are calling the block, and it's an and-one opportunity for Utah. Sexton with the bucket, and a free throw coming could give Utah the lead.
That said, Eric, with all of that, the game tonight is extremely competitive because, organizations and front offices and boardrooms might want draft picks. You can't tell any one of these players as a competitor to turn it off. Especially you look at A.J. Lawson, Orlando Robinson. These guys are playing for their next deal, next team.
Deep triple, quickly far side goes, and the Raptors late in the frame, punching back to snag the lead, going up by 2. 90-88, 35 seconds to go. Here's Sexton down Main Street, snuffed out on a big swat by Robinson. Orlando saying, hey, my block shot actually went off Sexton, hit his head. It should be our ball. 33.3 seconds to go in the quarter. Raptors currently leading by 2. And I think Robinson might have a case. Yep, Raptors are getting the ball. They bring it across center quickly to Barnes, to Robinson, and he's fouled midair, but he's going to go to the free throw line for 2. Just missed getting the bucket and the and 1. Instead, he's going to have to earn 2 at the stripe. Orlando Robinson playing well again tonight off the bench with 7 points, couple of rebounds, adding 4 assists, and just active hands all over the place for the big man, Orlando Robinson. Taking care of business at the stripe as well, 5 of 6. With 2 more right here. First one rattles out. .5 seconds left in the quarter. Orlando Robinson in his 3rd year, undrafted out of Fresno State, has certainly played well for the Raptors since joining Toronto. Second free throw up and in. Raptors lead 91-88. Utah will have to give it up before the end of the frame. There's about a 5-second differential. Shot clock, game clock as Sexton comes across center. He's on that Utah logo at center court with Lawson right in front of him. Game clock down to 15. Sexton still on the bounce. Clarkson comes up, sets a screen. Sexton goes the other way. Jackknife pass into the far corner. Utah works it around to Juzang, misses an open 3. Raptors with the rebound. Lawson ahead to Barnes. 2 seconds to go to the tin. Barnes crunched midair. No foul. Falls flat on his back, and the clock expires to end the quarter. Raptors will head into the 4th with a 3-point lead.
Well, pretty good quarter for Toronto. I mean, got the lead going to the 4th. A number of their victories Almost all but 3 have come when leading after 3 quarters.
91-88, Raptors on top. Fourth quarter action comes next on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Hey, Raptor fans. What would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
At Honda, we take pride in building the CR-V Sport here in Allison, Ontario. And with all-wheel drive, plus a suite of Honda sensing technologies, we made sure it can handle Ontario winters. But you're probably wondering, what's with the one-touch power moonroof? Well, Ontario, we hold on to the hope that one day winter will be over. Get ready for spring and adventure with the Honda CR-V Sport. Lease with rates from 1.99% for 36 months, plus get a $1,500 Honda bonus. OAC conditions apply. Made with domestic and imported parts. See HondaOntario.com.
Craving something fresh, fast, and full of flavor? At Barburrito, you can create millions of delicious combinations to match your mood. Build your perfect burrito, bowl, quesadilla, or taco, bursting with bold flavors and fresh ingredients. Whether you love it spicy, packed with veggies, or loaded with all the classics, there's a flavor for everyone. Barburrito is proudly Canadian, serving communities coast to coast, right in your neighborhood. Order today in store or on the Barburrito Canada app.
Barburrito. Food for every mood.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you, getting set to start the fourth quarter. Thanks for tuning in on a Friday night on the Sportsnet Radio Network. Jazz and Raptors, Toronto up 3, getting set to start the final frame. Jonesy, I've got to give a shout-out tonight to my alma mater, the Humber College Hawks. The Humber Hawks advancing to the national championship.
Trying to hang another banner.
Tomorrow in Montreal, and it's a rematch from the OCAA Provincial Championship. Humber against Durham. Raptors getting set to begin the frame. How about this? Humber has an undefeated season. At home in the provincial championship, they lose their first game to Durham. Came down to the fourth quarter, they lose. And now they get the rematch.
Oh, a little get back tomorrow.
Humber in the quarters and the semis. Trailed after 1, trailed at the half, trailed after 3, came back and won both games in the fourth quarter. And now, as you just said, a chance for the comeback, the get back against Durham in the Nationals.
A little get back tomorrow if they have it their way. Meanwhile, Durham trying to say, no, that was not a fluke at your place.
So shout out to Omar Miles, head coach at Humber College, assistant coach Warwick Manners, and many others as well. Go Hawks. Raptors up 3. Robinson, bounce pass. Robinson gets it up to Barrett, who misses the triple. Orlando crashes, snags the rebound to Lawson, to Barnes, who bobbles it, picked up by Barrett. Scoops it up and in, plus the foul. 3-point opportunity for R.J. Barrett.
Really, really nice job by R.J. continuing to stay with it.
(93-88). Raptors have pushed their lead to 5. Going to try and make it 6. Can't do so as Barrett misses the free throw. Toronto tonight, 21 of 29 at the free throw line. Just 72%. They've missed 8. Clarkson in the lane. Whips the pass out on the perimeter. Juzang couldn't come up with it. And that was more on Clarkson, I think. That was a rifle, and it wasn't on target. 13 turnovers for the Jazz. We'll see if the Raptors can take advantage. Scotty Barnes catches in the lane, turns, fires, misses the shot, but he's fouled by Sexton. And back to the free throw line for the Raptors. Scotty Barnes going to get attempts 5 and 6 in this ballgame.
Scotty playing the de facto part of the big man there in the high screen and roll, hard roll to the basket, floor spread, lots of room to work in the middle.
And just want to quickly correct myself. Springer picked up the foul, not Sexton. So the foul again comes in on Springer. That's his second. Barnes misses the first free throw. Second one clean. Walker Kessler was up on the bench trying to make the fans get even louder, so I assume there's some kind of giveaway down in Utah.
Yeah,
probably chicken or pizza or something.
Feed him something.
Did you eat any pizza today? It was Pie Day.
No, I didn't.
3.14, March 14th.
Okay.
I had a slice for dinner.
Okay.
I mean, anytime I got an excuse to eat pizza.
Might have to stop late night on the way home to one of the establishments.
All right, I like that idea.
You know those places that we used to visit as teenagers late on a Friday or Saturday evening?
I could come up with a few joints for you.
Yeah, me too.
94-88. Raptors force the turnover. Cross-court pass. Open triple R.J. Barrett. And the lead grows to 8. Check that, 9. Don't leave math to me. 97-88. Oh. Near corner. Couple of jabs. Sets the feet. Triple no good for Martin. Raptors with the rebound. Quickly. Ahead to Barnes. Barnes just dances and walks around Clarkson to the 10. Lays it in. And the Raptors have opened up an 11-point lead. Second time in this game they've been up by double figures.
Well, they've done a nice job with their offense. Remember I said after 3 quarters, Eric, they had to start making some shots. They were really good in the third quarter at 12 of 19. And they've done a nice job in this fourth quarter getting the shooting percentage even higher. They're up to almost 49% for the game.
All right, Jonesy. Shout out to Papa Chio's as we head into the break. 99-88, Raptors leading by 11.
We had a joint at the top of our street. We just called it Sal's.
Sal's?
Kind of like do the right thing. Sal's Pizza.
Raptors by 11. More pizza talk, more basketball, more fun when we continue on Toronto Raptors basketball. Brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Hey, Raptor fans, what would you rather have? More money or more vacation? Whichever you pick, it's a win-win. Just like hitting the 50-50 jackpot. When you buy tickets to the MLSE Foundation Lottery, you support kids and youth in communities across Ontario. Last season, over $1 million in jackpot prizes were won. That means more money and more vacation. Talk about a true win-win? Visit 5050raps.com for your tickets today.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew. Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 99-88, Raptors leading by 11. Fourth quarter action. 9:51 to go. This is going to turn into like Shoutout City for pizza joints now on Pie Day.
We're going to stop.
Well, hold on. We are in that, like we're based in Toronto, but if anybody has some pizza joints to shout out, hit us up on like X or whatever, or send some emails in, some texts into Sportsnet 590 The Fan, because I'll give you some other ones in Southern Ontario, but not in Toronto. How about My Pie in Hamilton?
Okay.
Outstanding deep dish pizza, and another place in Hamilton called Shorty's. I know Windsor is huge on their za as well. We were talking about that a couple of games ago when we started veering off into the Underground Railroad and whatnot as well.
Descendants,
yes.
Is the one on down in the city near the beaches area, like downtown King West, Queen East, King East, somewhere down there.
So even if you're somewhere in Canada, not Toronto, we're giving you some great places to try when you come to TO or to the GTA. 99-88. Raptors still leading by 11. Utah came up empty on a Juzang 3 ball on the other end. And the Raptors get the bucket on the other end as Robinson missed a chippy, but it's guided back into the tin by Lawson. Raptors leading by 13, largest lead of the game. 8:50 to go in the ball game. Collier out towards center. Straight away on a switch picked up by Robinson. Now trying to guide traffic. He's over on the far wing. Puts it on the bounce, then tried to fire pass into the corner to Clarkson and missed him by about 2 feet. The Jazz having their issues, to say the least. They've now coughed up 15 turnovers, and they trail by 13 with the Raptors looking to run away with it here in the fourth quarter. Lawson sees a seam, goes down Main Street, scoops it up and in. A.J. Lawson. How about that bucket? And a very quiet, dare I say, 16 points tonight for A.J. Lawson. Clarkson for Utah went right down the heart of the lane, fouled, and back to the free throw line for Jordan Clarkson.
The Raptors have put some distance between themselves and Utah. End of the third, it was a 3-point game, and all of a sudden they went to work early in this fourth quarter. Let's see what happens coming down the stretch.
Clarkson, first free throw, no good. 5 of 7 at the stripe, shoots just over 80% on the season. Couldn't come up with that one. He's got 12 points off the bench, 3 assists, couple of rebounds, second free throw coming, and that one clean. Utah trails 103-89. Jamal Shed brings it up toward the near sideline across center, calls out the play, goes up top to Jamison Battle, lobs one over to Robinson. Robinson just inside the arc. Fake the pass, now hands off. No, he doesn't, to Castleton. Instead, he gives it to Shed. Shed above the far elbow, brings it out on the perimeter, bounces the pass back to Robinson, spinning to the baseline. Lost the handle as he tried to go under the tin and turns it over. The Raptors' 12th turnover of the game. Here's Springer, crossed up Battle, gets to the tin, misses with a left-hand scoop. A very, very late whistle was blown after the Raptors had already grabbed the rebound and were making their way up the floor. Castleton had it in his hands and was dribbling when a whistle came in with Springer on the baseline on his backside, and it's a foul against the Raps. Orlando Robinson called for the foul, and that's going to send Springer, I believe, to the free throw line. Springer off the bench tonight in 14 minutes, has 5 points. First free throw, no good. Springer, in his 4th year out of Tennessee, was the 28th pick from Philadelphia in 2021. I'll tell you, Jonesy, I would have lost money. I do not remember Jared Springer being a first-round pick. Granted, yes, it was very late, but I do not remember him being a first-round pick. He goes 1 of 2 at the stripe, cuts the Raptor lead to 13 at 103-90 with 7:40 to go in the ballgame. .15 on the shot clock for the Raptors after the ball was deflected out of bounds. Jamal Shed will bring it in far sideline to Robinson. Hands it off on the perimeter to Battle. Battle over to Castleton on the wing near side. Thought about the 3, then gets into the paint. Shovel pass in the lane to Robinson, was knocked away down the floor. Come the Jazz behind the defense. Laying it in is Collier, and that cuts the Raptor lead to 11.
Right idea by Castleton, just poor execution.
Shed, little hesitation, got to the tin, missed the layup, guided back in though by Orlando Robinson. Raptors by 13 with 7:15 to go. Keep in mind the Philadelphia 76ers already lost tonight, so if the Raptors win, they will have a little more breathing room between them and the Sixers in the standings. They will pick up a half game on Brooklyn as well, with the Nets not playing tonight. Far sideline triple is good for Kyle Filipowski. Raptor lead is 10, 105-95, and Raptors just turned it over as Temple was looking for Robinson, taken away by Filipowski. Collier in the lane, push shot from about 12 feet, missed it. Guided to the tin though on his own putback, and he gets it to go. They cut the Raptor lead to 8. Jamison Battle on the wing near side. 3-ball wide open, missed it. Rebound tracked down by Garrett Temple, and he's fouled on a pass-off. It'll be sideline out of bounds for the Raptors and a fresh 14 with 6:31 to go in the game.
Oh, that's, to me, that last shot by Battle. Good shooter, good three-point shooter, wide open. If you can get it that early in the clock, you're up 10. Work it to get something better. Maybe a sure two, maybe something inside. And if it comes back and you're open again on the three-point line, which you very well could be, take it the second time.
Castleton 3-ball in the near corner is good. He got the start tonight. That's his first triple of the game on his only attempt of the game. 11 points, 5 rebounds on a perfect 4 of 4 night. And the Raptors secure the rebound on the other end. After the Utah miss, Toronto comes down the floor. That was Juzang who couldn't hit the triple. 108-97, Raptors by 11. We have ticked past the midway point of this final frame. Shed, cross court, left to right to Castleton, up top to Battle, 3-ball, no good. Rebound to the Jazz.
I like Castleton's eye for the game. He knew that he was going to make the extra pass there to Battle.
Clarkson 3-ball, it's good, and a Castleton foul. 4-point opportunity coming for Jordan Clarkson. He's been big in the second half.
Yeah, not sure how much contact there was. Could be one of those, like I said, the old deceiving job. Castleton did jump forward to try to contest the shot. Might have been foot-to-foot contact there, but there are guys sitting down a lot on jump shots.
We got a timeout on the floor, with Utah cutting the Raptor lead to 8, 108-100, and a free throw to come on Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito? My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
At Honda, we take pride in building the CRV Sport here in Allison, Ontario. And with all-wheel drive, plus a suite of Honda sensing technologies, we made sure it can handle Ontario winters. But you're probably wondering, what's with the one-touch power moonroof? Well, Ontario, we hold on to the hope that one day winter will be over. Get ready for spring and adventure with the Honda CRV Sport. Lease with rates from 1.99% for 36 months, plus get a $1,500 Honda bonus. OAC conditions apply. Made with domestic and imported parts. See HondaOntario.com.
Ugh, traffic. Uncomfortable, am I right? Look, I can't get you home any sooner, but what I can do is make your life more comfortable when you get there. That's because Leon's Comfort Sale is on. Wait for it. Now, get 50% off select sofas and sectionals like the Jessica sofa, only $6.99, or 50% off select mattresses. Plus, get amazing offers on financing. Now, honk the horn. Let them know you have a sale to get to. Leon's. Now that's comfortable. Visit leons.ca today.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590.
The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. 108-100. Raptors leading the Jazz with 5:40 to go in the ball game. Toronto tonight getting the double-double from Scotty Barnes. 20 points, 10 rebounds. Manuel Quickly with 25 and 5 points, rebounds, and assists. And Jonesy, how about yet another career high? We talked about it earlier tonight with earlier this week, Jared Rhoden and A.J. Lawson and Orlando Robinson. Well, tonight, Colin Castleton, 11 points. That is his career high, and he has had a perfect night thus far. 4 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 2 at the free throw line, 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists for Castleton.
I'll say this, Castleton has been pretty selective. I like his eye for the game. I'm still evaluating what he might be like as a guy off the bench, a rotation player against quality second unit players. I mean, he's handling himself well, but I love his eye for the game. He makes the right pass. He seems to be in the right spot. I like some of the things he does out on the floor.
Clarkson makes good on the 4-point play out of the timeout, hits the free throw. That cuts the Raptor lead to 7, 108-101. Jamison Battle driving far side. Left-hand scoop is good. Played a great angle, kissed it high, and got it to go. Raptors lead by 9. 5:20 to go in the ballgame. Here's Isaiah Collier. Toward the near sideline. On a switch, he's picked up by Shed now. Gets away from Temple. Temple on Clarkson. He's been hounding him all game. Clarkson backing his way down toward the block. Turns in the lane. Fire. Short jumper. Good. Jordan Clarkson. Again, they cut the Raptor lead to 7. 110-103. Under 5 minutes to play. Battle. Over to Robinson. Hands off to Shed. Inside the arc. Cross court. Left, right to Temple. Up top to Battle. Wide open triple. Missed it. Robinson in traffic. Had it. Couldn't squeeze, but nor could the Jazz. It goes off Collier. So it'll stay with the Raptors and a fresh 14. Toronto will inbound on the baseline with 4:44 to go in the game. Shed to do the honors. Jamal Shed gets it into Battle on the baseline in the near corner. Missed the jumper. Castleton boxed out, couldn't get to it. Juzang secures it for the Jazz. He'll bring it up across center. Over to Filipowski. He sees the seam. He gets by Robinson, got to the 10, and Orlando recovered to get a hand up and block the shot. Nice job.
Yeah, really nice job by Robinson, not giving up.
And Shed with a 3 on the other end, rips the cords to push the Raptor lead back to 10.
Jamal Shed is making a real case for a serious spot in the rotation next year.
Shed had another good look at a 3, missed this one from the opposite wing. He hit it from the far side moments ago, couldn't come up with this one, and the Raptors can't squeeze the rebound. They go back the other way, still leading by 10.
And I'm not even talking about his burgeoning offense. Just his defense.
Yeah. I agree.
His bulldog mentality, his strength, his ability to be in the right spot as a help defender.
Slow stepping and high stepping through the lane to the 10. Laying it in is Sensabaugh for the Jazz. That cuts the Raptor lead to 8 with 3:40 to go. 113-105. Shed stops on a dime, turns, fires to Robinson just below the free throw line. He gets the bucket. The Raptors have pushed their percentage up to around 48%, leading by 10 with 3:30 to play. Toronto with 7 more field goal makes than the Jazz. 41 of 85. Shed knocks the ball away from Filipowski, picks it up. Garrett Temple down the floor, misses the scoop, but he's fouled, and Garrett Temple's heading to the free throw line. Temple's going to go 20-plus minutes tonight off the bench.
Again, a veteran player trying to say something about his career. If he wants to play next year, he's doing something about it.
115-105.
As you talked about, Eric Shed in the middle of that one again.
Yep.
Quick hands, knocking it away.
First free throw goes down for Garrett Temple. Second one clean as well. Raptors leading by 12. Their largest lead was 15 in this quarter. 117-105, just over 3 minutes to go. In the far corner, triple up. Good look for Cody Williams. Couldn't knock it down. Orlando Robinson secures the rebound. That's his 10th. Give Orlando the double-double. He's added 5 assists as well with the 12 points and 9, check that, 10 rebounds. Raptors, though, just turned the ball over. Juzang, near sideline. Now inside the arc, staring down Castleton. Brings it back to the perimeter, elevates for 3 and knocks it down. Utah puts it in to a 10-point lead for the Raptors at 117-107. Temple, bounce pass. Robinson down below, under the 10. Had the ball knocked away, gets it back and fires it in, showing some muscle and patience down low.
I got to tell you, you look at the lineup on the floor for the Raptors, yeah, you can question Utah's conscientiousness in terms of winning, trying to win, the ethics of it all, but Battle, Temple, Robinson, Castleton, Shed, they are still playing hard. And this is something that, habits don't die.
Shed with another three. Raptors push the lead to 13.
And a perfect play. Temple drives right side. Defense collapses. A cross-court right hand off the bounce hook pass right into the shooting pocket for Shed, who knocks it down. Like, that stuff doesn't happen by accident. You've got to work on your skills, work on your game, know your teammates, understand it all. And I know there are people out there saying, well, you're just ruining your chances for a better pick. Maybe you play and the basketball gods reward you in that sense. And you do get a decent pick if you're not in it. But I just don't think you can cheat the game.
122-109. Raptors leading by 13. Another three ball for Juzang goes down. Probably too little too late for the Jazz, trailing by 10 with only 1:40 to play, but we shall see as Shed brings it across center, calls out the play. We've ticked past midnight Eastern as the Raptors are looking to secure the victory on their first game of this 4-game road trip. Shed misses on the scoop, guided back into the tin by Castleton, whose perfect night continues, now 5 of 5, and the career high continues to grow. It's 13. Raptors up 124-112 with 1:26 to go. Veteran Garrett Temple's going to sit down. Played 21 minutes tonight, 6 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals.
Professional effort, huh?
Yep. Great word. Jazz bring it across center. Collier's got it. Up top to Juzang. Going to turn and fire another 3-ball. Left that one short. Rebound to Filipowski. Back up top. Juzang, good look. Missed the first one, but hit the second one as that goes down. He's got a 9-point spurt in the last 90 seconds. He's now got 14 total off the bench. Raptors leading by 9. 1:01 to go. Robinson, far side, went left, spins back right, stops on a dime, missed the right-hand hook, followed it over a shot. Castleton was there as well, and the Jazz come away with the ball. Down the floor, Juzang had the ball knocked away at the last second by Jamal Shed. Jazz are actually going to give up the ball. They're going to say that Shed knocked it off Juzang out of bounds, so Toronto gets it back with 50 seconds to play, leading by 9. Shed across center, over on the far side, above the arc, it's Lawson. Robinson came to set a screen. Lawson went the other way. Robinson gets the pass from Lawson, floats it up, missed the shot as it just crawled off the rim. Sensabaugh, near sideline, 3 balls good, cuts the Raptor lead to 6 with 31 seconds to play. Utah doesn't pick up any pressure. Collier saying, what are we doing here? Get on him. At least he's playing down to the end. And now he picks up a foul over on the far sideline on A.J. Lawson. Nobody else seemed to be reading the same mail that Isaiah Collier was.
Well, he's trying to win. You give the kid credit. He's a guy that come to the team, and similar to Lawson and Roden and all the other guys, trying to play for his next deal.
First free throw goes down for A.J. Lawson. Again, I'll say it. Very quiet, I think. 17 points off the bench tonight for A.J. Lawson. 6 of 10, including 2 of 5 from distance and 4 of 6 at the stripe. As he knocks down the second one, pushes the Raptor lead to 126-118. Driving on the near side along the baseline. Juzang was looking to pass into the far corner. It was knocked away by the Raptors onto the baseline. It'll stay with the Jazz. 17 seconds remaining in the game. Toronto with 7 players in double figures in terms of scoring tonight. A balanced attack. And as Utah gets it in, Sensabaugh has it. Over in the far corner. The Juzang, another 3-ball up, no good. A long rebound tracked down by Castleton, who gives it up to Shed. Shed will bring it across center. Raptors had a free lane to the tin, but smartly didn't take it as they just dribble out the clock, and that will do it. The Raptors go into Utah and pick up the win as they get the first win on this 4-game road trip and extend the winning streak to 3.
Modest, but successful. And the Raptors, listen, we said this. You look at the back end of the schedule, there's a lot of winnable games there. And Toronto, true to it, showing and led by 3 starters tonight when you look at 20 from Barnes, 20 from Quickly, and 17 from Barrett. Solid effort off the bench with people like Shed, 11. As you talked about, all the guys in double figures. Orlando Robinson, 14 and 10. 18 and 5 for A.J. Lawson. I like it.
Well, with the Chicago Bulls not playing tonight, the Raptors pick up a half game on the Bulls, who are currently the 10th seed. So the Raptors still secure in 11 and maybe making a run at the Bulls. We shall see, as we are certainly well within the stretch drive with a month to go in the season, and the Raptors now riding a 3-game win streak and looking to carry momentum into their next tilt on Sunday in Portland. We'll step aside for the break, come back with final stats, then get set for post-game coverage. It's Toronto Raptors basketball, brought to you by Tangerine Bank on the Sportsnet Radio Network, streaming on the Sportsnet app and at sportsnet.ca.
Yeah, it's Raps game night, let me set the scene. Got front row seats to go and watch the team. 3 after 3, Raps win the game. We gotta celebrate with a familiar name. Roll up to Mickey D's, my first in line. I see the 95 McFlurry, gotta make it mine. Walk up to the counter, the words I speak. Hey boss, can I get one of those frozen treats? The 95 McFlurry. For a limited time only at participating McDonald's restaurants in Ontario. McFlurry.
When you sit on your Aeroplan points, it's like you're sitting on your next trip. Like a sunny getaway by the sea. But instead, you're sitting on your Aeroplan points. So the only sea you get to sit in is a sea of traffic. Use your points and go from smelling your Ocean Breeze air freshener to smelling the ocean breeze. So, stop sitting on your next trip and start enjoying your Aeroplan points.
Law and Order Thursday on City TV.
We're charging him with manslaughter.
3 Law and Orders on one epic night.
It was premeditated. It was planned.
Law and Order at 8.
He told me to is not a legal defense against murder.
SVU at 9.
Covering his ass, I'd start thinking about your own.
Followed by the new season of Law and Order Toronto Criminal Intent at 10.
Nothing justifies murder. How about we start with the truth?
Law and Order Thursday, all new, 8/7 Central on City TV.
Supporting Canadian businesses has never been more important. That's why Canada Post is committed to making it easier to ship Canadian with our best rates ever. Right now, your business will save up to 70% on expedited shipping and returns. Plus, as a Toronto-based business, you can access rates as low as $3.50 for lightweight local packages. It's time to shop Canadian, ship Canadian. Learn more about our best rates at canadapost.ca/shipcanadian.
This is Toronto Raptors basketball on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
Welcome back. Eric Smith, Paul Jones with you. Raptors winning tonight in Utah, 126-118 the final. And statistically speaking, not only did the Raptors get it done and secure the win, their third straight, but across the board, multiple notable performances. Let's start with the double-double for Scotty Barnes, 20 points, 10 rebounds, adding 3 assists. How about 20 points, 5 boards, 5 assists for Emmanuel Quickly? 17 points for R.J. Barrett on 50% shooting, adding 5 assists. Colin Castleton with a career-high 13 points. He added 7 rebounds and 2 assists on a night where he was perfect. 5 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 2 at the stripe. Off the bench, Jamal Shed, 11 points, 5 assists. Orlando Robinson with the double-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds, adding 5 assists and 2 blocks. And ho-hum A.J. Lawson, 18 points in 24 minutes on 6 of 10 shooting. The Raptors shoot 48% as a team. They score 64 points in the paint. They out-rebound the Jazz 51-35. And again, they win by 8 and will look to head into Portland for another win Sunday, 6 o'clock, right here on the Sportsnet Radio Network.
Well, Eric, listen, what you just quantified was something that we see regularly from these Raptors. All-out effort, being professional, and, you know, guys giving their best when they step on the floor, not taking any shortcuts. I think those are the habits that have been built in this culture by Darko, not just, you know, in a game like this, but over the last 2 years, the things that he has been, you know, extolling and trying to instill in this team are showing through. And it shows through in games like this when, yeah, you may have an indifferent opponent, but we're not going to take shortcuts. The attitude in Toronto is we're going to coach these guys up. We're going to work on the development, make them better for more difficult opponents in more important games down the road.
126, 118 the final. The Raptors beating the Jazz as Toronto now again heads to Portland, 6 o'clock Eastern on Sunday night right here on The Fan.